Chapter 521. Yi Chunfeng wasn't affected by Shangguan Haoqin's scattered aura. As his energy burst out, Shangguan Haoqin's scattered aura was shattered. Shangguan Haoqin frowned slightly and whispered, "You concealed your strength. You are very smart." It was already shocking that a Grade 1 Mystic Beast Grandmaster could defeat a Grade 1 Reverse Beast King. If Yi Chunfeng defeated Shangguan Haoqin, who was a Grade 2 Reverse Beast King, it might cause unnecessary trouble and arouse suspicion. After pondering for a while, Yi Chunfeng's cultivation level rose steadily. Soon, he reached Grade 6 Mystic Beast Grandmaster. Rays of dazzling golden light were emitted from his body. "So you really concealed your strength," Shangguan Haoqin sneered when he felt Yi Chunfeng's sudden increase in strength. His heart calmed down a lot. How is this possible? That Su Mingwei actually concealed his strength so deeply. The mystic underworld sect's Grand Elder's turbid eyes were filled with disbelief. He couldn't imagine that he couldn't accurately sense Su Mingwei's true cultivation level with his Grade 4 Reverse Beast King strength. It seems like this Su Mingwei is really related to that Emperor-level expert. However, that Emperor-level expert's strength and foundation should be able to teach him well. Why did he let him stay in my mystic underworld sect and willingly become an outer sect disciple? What is he scheming? Shui Yurou was vexed as she pondered in her mind. "Today, I will let you know how big the gap between us is." Shangguan Haoqin wasn't affected at all. A golden eagle appeared on his body and screeched at Yi Chunfeng. Phantom steps. Shangguan Haoqin's feet flashed, and his entire body turned blurry. He drew an afterimage in the martial arena and instantly appeared in front of Yi Chunfeng. The low-grade heaven artifact sword in his hand trembled as he stabbed out 36 times, attacking all the major acupoints on Yi Chunfeng's body. Shangguan Haoqin's instantaneous attack was as fast as lightning. It was too much for the eyes to take in. Many disciples who weren't strong enough couldn't catch the trajectory of the 36 sword attack. However, these 36 sword attacks were full of loopholes in front of Yi Chunfeng. They posed no threat at all. Chi chi chi. Ear-piercing sounds rang out. Yi Chunfeng quickly pointed out 6 fingers. 6 finger lights that contained a force of 1,000,000 jin pierced through the air like meteors and pierced into the 36 sword attack. They hit the weak points of the 36 sword attacks and disintegrated Shangguan Haoqin's attack. What? Shangguan Haoqin didn't underestimate's attack. He no longer underestimated him. He reacted quickly's reaction. His TSS body reacted SSSS. SSSSS attacks. Was ha 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 ha. S's attack. Was. He TSS as S he. Was. S. Yi Chunfeng shouted loudly. He used the profound underworld sect's legacy fist technique, the low-grade heaven skill, the profound underworld exploding fist. As for this underworld explosive fist, Yi Chunfeng had obtained it from Su Mingwei. He had only spent one night to cultivate the underworld explosive fist to the great accomplishment stage, mastering it thoroughly. Boom! The profound underworld exploding fists, which contained a force of 2,000,000 jin, smashed into the whirlpool of sword attacks. It landed accurately on Shangguan Haoqin's chest. It broke through his body's defense and sent him flying. A large amount of blood spurted out from his mouth. So powerful. Not only did Su Mingwei dodge all of Shangguan Haoqin's attacks, he even managed to injure him. That's right. I didn't expect our profound underworld sect to have such an expert. If he can defeat Shangguan Haoqin, he will become famous. What are you all standing there for? Hurry up and cheer for senior brother Su. Very soon, the profound underworld sect's disciples, who were like frosted eggplants, pulled themselves together and cheered for Yi Chunfeng at the top of their lungs. Sect Mistress Shui, is he really a disciple of your profound underworld sect? Shangguan Hong, the palace master of the Illusion Destroyer Palace, was no longer as calm as before. His face turned gloomy. He turned to look at Shui Yorua, who was emitting a fatal temptation, and questioned. Su Mingwei is an inner sect disciple of our Western Devil sect. If Palace Master Shangguan doesn't believe me, you can send someone to investigate. Shui Yorua smiled faintly and said softly, I will find out his identity. Shangguan Hong didn't expect things to turn out this way. He felt like he had shot himself in the foot. Good. I have underestimated you. It seems like I have to be serious. Shangguan Haoqin wiped the blood from the corner of his mouth. He quickly got up from the ground and burned his spiritual beast's bloodline to increase his strength. Illusion Destroyer 9 Swords. After increasing his strength to the limit, Shangguan Haoqin didn't hold back anymore. He executed his strongest move. An illusory sword light shot out and slashed at Yi Chenfeng. Interesting. This sword is actually filled with sword Dao patterns and illusion Dao patterns. Yi Chenfeng's powerful soul spirit perception easily saw through the 9 sword of disillusionment. He disregarded the influence of the illusion Dao pattern and dodged the sword with a slight flash. And Shangguan Haoqin didn't expect the 9 swords of Illusion Destroyer to fail to confuse Yi Chenfeng's soul spirit and slow down his reaction. His expression changed slightly. He continued to execute the 9 swords of Illusion Destroyer. He slashed out illusory sword lights filled with sword Dao patterns and illusion Dao patterns toward Yi Chenfeng. 3 swords of Illusion Destroyer. 5 swords of Illusion Destroyer. 7 swords of Illusion Destroyer. In order to defeat Yi Chenfeng, Shangguan Haoqin kept increasing the power of the 9 swords of Illusion Destroyer. He forcibly condensed illusory sword light. The crisscrossing sword lights shrouded the void and split the air. The sword intent was suffocating. The disciples of the Stygian sect were worried for Yi Chenfeng. However, Yi Chenfeng, who was at the center of the attack, was calm. If not for the fact that he didn't want to expose too much of his strength, Yi Chenfeng could defeat Shangguan Haoqin with just one move. However, even if Shangguan Haoqin deliberately concealed his strength, the 9 swords of Illusion Destroyer couldn't hurt Yi Chenfeng at all. Yi Chenfeng was like a gust of wind. He kept dodging and looking for a chance to counterattack. 8 swords of Illusion Destroyer. All of his attacks were dodged by Yi Chenfeng. Shangguan Haoqin, who had consumed a lot of energy, made up his mind. He burned his qi and blood at all costs and forcibly performed his most powerful attack. In an instant, 8 illusory sword lights appeared. They crisscrossed and enveloped the space above Yi Chenfeng's head, and slashed down with an astonishing destructive force. Nether Explosion Fist. 8 illusory sword auras crisscrossed and chopped down. Yi Chenfeng, who could not dodge, raised his strength to 2.5 million jin. He continuously sent out 5 underworld explosion fist auras, bombarding the intersection point of the 8 illusory sword auras. Boom, boom, boom. 5 consecutive explosions sounded. The 2.5 million jin force of the nether explosion fist lights blasted open the intersection point of the 8 illusory sword lights, creating a huge gap. Whoosh! Yi Chenfeng seized this fleeting opportunity and jumped out of the attack range of the 8 swords of Illusion Destroyer. He approached Shangguan Haoqin, who had consumed a lot of energy. Seeing that Yi Chenfeng had broken through the 8 swords of Illusion Destroyer, Shangguan Haoqin's expression changed. He quickly condensed his soul wings and flew into the void. However, the moment he dodged into the void, Yi Chenfeng grabbed his ankle and controlled his body. Then, Yi Chenfeng burst out with a shocking strength that exceeded his body's tolerance. He grabbed his ankle and smashed him to the ground. Boom! The deafening sound of the collision was heard. The powerful impact directly smashed the hard fighting ring. A lot of blood flowed out of Shangguan Haoqin's head. Next, Yi Chenfeng kicked Shangguan Haoqin, who was seriously injured and bleeding, out of the fighting ring. He looked around at the dumbfounded eyes and said arrogantly, "Please check the address of the latest book. Swordsman website. You can read the latest chapter of this book. Mobile reading site, book address. To make it easier for you to read it next time, you can click on the Save button below to record this reading record. You can see it when you open the bookshelf next time. Please recommend this book to your friends, QQ, blog, WeChat, etc. Thank you for your support." Chapter 522. Hao Qin. Seeing his son being kicked out of the arena by Yi Chunfeng, Shangguan Hong was enraged. He was like an enraged lion, glaring at Yi Chunfeng. He wanted nothing more than to eat him alive. Interesting. I didn't expect the mysterious underworld sect to have such an expert. Ziyun, whose eyes were half closed and half opened, witnessed the scene of Yi Chunfeng defeating Shangguan Haoqin. Rays of light shot out from his deep eyes, and a raging fighting spirit ignited in his body. "Ziyun, do you want to fight him?" Sensing the battle intent bursting out from Ziyun, Heavenly Silkworm Ridge Master Qi Tianshui frowned and asked. Although Yi Chunfeng's cultivation wasn't as high as Ziyun's and he wasn't famous, the scene of him defeating Shangguan Haoqin was too shocking. Qi Tianshui was amazed. "Yes, I have the confidence to defeat him." Ziyun slowly stood up and said proudly. "All right, since you have already made up your mind, I won't persuade you. However, this mysterious underworld sect's disciple is not ordinary. You must not be careless. Otherwise you will end up like Shangguan Haoqin. He is worth me using my full strength." As he spoke, Ziyun, who was the most powerful of the Black Nether County's 3 heroes, flapped his soul wings and flew onto the arena. "I won't bully you. I will give you 2 hours to recover. After 2 hours, we will begin the battle." Ziyun, who was wearing a purple cloud-patterned martial robe, had his hands behind his back. He looked at Yi Chunfeng and said without a trace of emotion, "I didn't consume much energy in the previous 2 battles. Let's fight directly. There is no need to rest." Yi Chunfeng revealed a faint smile and said calmly, "PFFF." Shangguan Haoqin, who had consumed a heaven-class spirit pellet to heal himself, was so angry when he heard Yi Chunfeng's words that he spat out a mouthful of blood. His blood-red eyes were filled with hostility. Shangguan Hong was also angered by Yi Chunfeng's disdainful words. If they weren't in the mysterious underworld sect, he would have lost control of his temper and taught Yi Chunfeng a lesson. "Haha, in that case, let's begin." Ziyun laughed arrogantly. A powerful aura emanated from his body, causing his long hair to dance in the wind. He looked like a god of death. Sky Silkworm Transformation. Ziyun immediately used his trump card. A giant silkworm appeared around his body. When he fused with the silkworm, his bloodline power was fully activated. His body grew larger, and he reached the 3rd level of Defiant Beast King. Transformation. Yi Chunfeng was surprised. He was shocked that the Sky Silkworm Ridge had such a transformation technique. Heavenly Silkworm 5 Styles. After using the Heavenly Silkworm transformation and becoming a rank 3 Reverse Beast King, Ziyun, who was 2 meters tall, attacked Yi Chunfeng fiercely. 5 heavenly silkworms appeared on his body and turned into 5 handprints, smashing towards Yi Chunfeng. Heavenly Wolf Sword. As the Sky Silkworm 5 Styles attacked, the Cosmos Ring on Yi Chunfeng's finger flashed, and a top-grade Earth-grade weapon with a wolf head engraved on its body appeared in his hand. Dozens of sharp sword lights were shot out, attacking the 5 silkworm silhouettes in a row, fending off the attack of the purple cloud movement. Saber Dao Pattern / 2 saber Dao patterns emerged from Ziyun's body and turned into a giant saber that was several meters long. It slashed towards Yi Chunfeng. Ziyun actually comprehended 2 saber Dao patterns. With the Heavenly Silkworm transformation, the title of number 1 in the Black Underworld County is definitely his. That's right. There is no suspense in this match. Ziyun is going to win for sure. After witnessing Ziyun's moves, many people were convinced. They no longer thought highly of Yi Chenfeng. Break for me. Yi Chenfeng's pupils constricted. A sharp sword light soared into the air, disappearing in a flash as it struck the huge saber that was descending. Gotcha! The two attacks collided and shattered at the same time. The saber light and sword shadows intertwined, causing the spatial zone to become chaotic. Sword Dao pattern. This Su Mingwei actually comprehended two major sword Dao patterns. How did he do it? The mystic underworld sex patriarch widened his eyes and mouth, revealing an expression of disbelief. He didn't dare to imagine that Su Mingwei, who didn't reveal his true strength, had hidden it so deeply. Not only did he have shocking strength, but his perception was also terrifying. He comprehended two major sword Dao patterns at the mystic underworld sex patriarch realm. Sect patriarch, there is definitely something wrong with this Su Mingwei. After the banquet, should we take him down? The Grand Elder transmitted a message to Shui Yorua, who was deep in thought, asking for her opinion. Grand Elder, you only need to investigate him secretly. Leave the rest to me. Remember not to make a move on him casually. Shui Yorua instructed sternly. Yes. Hearing the concern in Shui Yorua's voice, the Grand Elder frowned slightly as he sensed something was wrong. Two sword Dao patterns. You have surprised me more and more. However, this will not change the outcome. As he spoke, a low-grade heaven artifact purple battle saber appeared in Ziyun's hand. His aura changed again. He is so powerful. I have not seen him for a few years. How did he become so powerful? The mystic underworld sect's first disciple, Shui Mozong, looked at Ziyun with a grave expression. He could sense a strong sense of danger from Ziyun's unparalleled aura. A sense of defeat arose in his heart. Roaming Dragon Overlord Saber. Ziyun flew up into the sky. Streaks of overbearing saber light that whistled like dragons descended from the sky and slashed towards Yi Chenfeng with shocking destructive power. The power of the roaming dragon overlord saber that Ziyun executed was extremely terrifying. It was almost invincible among those of the same cultivation realm. However, Yi Chenfeng was an expert comparable to an emperor. Under the cover of his powerful soul spirit, he easily saw through the attack trajectory and weak points of the roaming dragon overlord saber. His entire body turned into afterimages as he dodged the roaming dragon overlord saber. He thrust out a sharp sword light and interrupted Ziyun's continuous attack. Subsequently, Yi Chenfeng used his arm as a sword and his hand as a blade. He slashed across the sky. Two sword Dao patterns flew out and turned into a sword light that was several feet long. It slashed towards Ziyun, whose expression changed slightly. Ziyun didn't expect that Yi Chenfeng would be able to seize the initiative. He changed his move decisively. He brandished his purple battle saber and fought fiercely with Yi Chenfeng. For a moment, the saber light and sword shadows covered the entire martial arena. The sky was filled with sword chi and saber chi. The entire martial arena was riddled with holes and shattered into pieces. Yi Chenfeng and Ziyun fought fiercely for the time it took for a stick of incense to burn. When neither of them could do anything to the other, 4 long snake-like black vines suddenly drilled out of Ziyun's body and wrapped around Yi Chenfeng. Spirit vine. This Ziyun actually subdued a spirit vine. This match should be a foregone conclusion. Spirit vines were the same as spirit water, spirit fire, and spirit thunder. They were all rare spirit items in the world. Once subdued, they would be a great help. It's over. After summoning the spirit vine to wrap around Yi Chenfeng unexpectedly, Ziyun revealed a proud expression. He gripped his purple battle saber tightly and was about to execute the extremely powerful roaming dragon overlord saber to end the match. However, at this moment, Yi Chenfeng's eyes shot out illusion Dao intent and poured into Ziyun's eyes. It instantly confused Ziyun's consciousness. In the next moment, Yi Chenfeng poured 3 million pounds of force into the Sky Wolf sword. With a flick of his finger, the sword shot out at an extremely fast speed, towards Ziyun's chest. PFFF. Ziyun's defense was broken through. The sky wolf sword brushed past his chest like a hot knife through butter and left a deep wound on his chest. Ziyun, is there a need for us to continue this match? Yi Chunfeng looked at Ziyun, who was widening his eyes and clutching his chest that was bleeding non-stop, and asked in a low voice. I lost. Ziyun, who had a gloomy expression, raised his head and looked at Yi Chunfeng. He didn't dare to believe that after he used his final trump card and had the absolute advantage, Yi Chunfeng actually turned the situation around and defeated him. Moreover, if Yi Chunfeng didn't show mercy, Ziyun's heart might have been pierced through. At that time, even if he didn't die, he would become a cripple. Helpless, Ziyun could only admit defeat and hand over the position of the #1 expert of the younger generation in Black Nether County. Please check the address of the latest book. Chivalry Network. You can read the latest chapter of this book. Mobile reading website. Book address. In order to make it easier for you to read next time, you can click on the Save button at the bottom to record this reading record. You will be able to see it the next time you open the bookshelf. Please recommend this book to your friends, QQ, blog, WeChat, etc. Thank you for your support. Chapter 523. Lost. Ziyun, who has subdued the spiritual vine and has the ability to transform, lost. Su Mingwei is too monstrous. Yes. Who would have thought that a monstrous talent like him would appear at the sect master's birthday banquet? Looks like he will replace senior brother Shui and become the first disciple of mysterious underworld sect. Witnessing the scene of Yi Chunfeng defeating Ziyun, the entire mysterious underworld sect was immersed in a sea of joy. Deafening cheers and screams could be heard incessantly. The atmosphere was unprecedentedly lively. Hearing the discussions, the first disciple of mysterious underworld sect, Shui Mozong, clenched his fists tightly. His eyes were filled with ruthlessness as he muttered in his heart, Su Mingwei, no one can shake my position. I will let you know that strength is only one aspect. Background is the most important. Sect Master Shui, you have hidden your strength well. I didn't expect your mysterious underworld sect to have such a genius. With his performance today, it is highly possible for him to enter the top 10 in the Dragon Lake Sacred City martial arts competition. At that time, the entire mysterious underworld county will benefit from his glory. Qi Tianshui, the Lord of Sky Silkworm Ridge, did not expect Ziyun to lose. He sighed helplessly in his heart but did not show it on his face. Mingwei's realm is still too low. It will be difficult for him to enter the top 10 in the Dragon Lake Sacred City martial arts competition. However, there is a spiritual creature in the depths of mysterious underworld mountain. If our three sects can work together to capture it and refine it into a spiritual elixir, it will definitely increase the overall strength of our younger generation. Shui Yuruo smiled charmingly and said softly, What spiritual creature? Qi Tianshui and Shang Guanhong's eyes lit up as they looked at the charming Shui Yuruo. A tree demon that is comparable to a level 5 or 6 defiant beast king expert. The tree demon's tree heart is a first-class spiritual creature in the world. Even an emperor-level expert would be envious of it. This is also the main reason why I invited the two of you here. Shui Yuruo transmitted her voice to them. The tree demon's heart. After knowing that there was a tree demon in the depths of mysterious underworld mountain, Qi Tianshui and Shang Guanhong's depression was swept away. If they could kill the tree demon and obtain the tree demon's heart, even they would benefit from it. Alright, everyone, be quiet. Shui Yuruo stood up slowly and said in a pleasant voice, This competition ends here. Su Mingwei, you have performed well today. Come to my cultivation place tonight. I will reward you alone. Thank you, Sect Master. After Yi Chunfeng softly expressed his gratitude, he leaped down from the arena under the gazes of many people. He walked to the side of Lingyu, whose face was flushed with excitement, and left with her in advance. Boss, wasn't your performance just now a little too amazing? Aren't you afraid of being suspected? The Chaos Divine Beast's voice rang out in Yi Qinfeng's mind. The more stunning my performance is, the more the profound underworld sect won't dare to touch me. Yi Qinfeng smiled and replied mysteriously. Why is that? Asked the Chaos Divine Beast. This Su Mingwei usually doesn't reveal his strength. Suddenly, he emerged as a new force to be reckoned with. If you were in his shoes, what would you think? Would you think that Su Mingwei had obtained a great opportunity or that there was a mysterious expert behind him? Before they know my background, they will not casually touch me. Moreover, the Dragon Abyss Sacred City martial arts competition is very important to every sect in the Western continent. Therefore, after seeing my powerful combat strength, they might take a risk and let me represent the profound underworld sect. However, this is just my assumption. Only God knows if things will go according to my plan. If there is really an accident in the end, it will be fine. At most, I will take control of the entire profound underworld sect. Yi Qinfeng sent a voice transmission overbearingly. That is true. With your strength, it will be easy for you to take control of a small rank 6 sect. After hearing Yi Qinfeng's voice transmission, the Chaos Divine Beast was no longer worried. He continued to absorb the primal chaos energy from the primal chaos divine wood powder to recover from his injuries. Yi Qinfeng went to the small house where the spirit fish lived. He placed down several restrictions in the house and sealed the entire house. Big brother Qinfeng, you are so strong. You actually beat so many geniuses. If only I had half of your strength. The fish was still very excited as he thought about the scene earlier. The Genius Soul Battle Continent is too big. Those people are geniuses in the profound underworld county, but they are nothing outside of it. By the way, Spirit Fish, I won't be able to stay in the profound underworld sect for too long. When I leave, are you willing to come with me? Yi Qinfeng smiled. Brother Qinfeng, why do you keep asking me to come with you? The intelligent spirit fish blinked its big watery eyes as it looked at Yi Qinfeng and asked intentionally. Spirit fish, I won't hide it from you. Yi Qinfeng pondered for a moment and decided to tell her the truth. Your physique is very special. Once it awakens, you will have a terrifying power. I need you as a helper, so I want you to come with me. Brother Qinfeng, I didn't think you would know the secret of my special physique. The spirit fish wasn't surprised at all. Instead, she smiled. What? You know you have a special physique? Yi Qinfeng was a bit surprised. Yes, I know a little, but I haven't told anyone. The spirit fish nodded. Spirit fish, since you know about your special physique, you should also know that your bloodline has yet to awaken. If you are willing to come with me, I will do my best to help you awaken your bloodline. I will treat you like a little sister. Yi Qinfeng nodded and promised. I believe in you, brother Qinfeng. When you leave the profound underworld sect, I will come with you. The spirit fish took a deep breath and made up her mind. Okay. The spirit fish finally agreed. Yi Qinfeng let out a long sigh of relief and revealed a faint smile. He took out a few precious 1,000-year-old spiritual herbs from his Qiankuan ring and gave them to the spirit fish. He then sat down cross-legged and adjusted his breath. He was going to meet Shui Yorua when the sky turned dark. Soon, the sun set in the west, and the sky gradually darkened. Yi Qinfeng left the stone house where the spirit fish lived and went to Shui Yorua's courtyard alone. What a beautiful scenery! Yi Qinfeng stepped into the dark night and arrived at the depths of the profound underworld sect. There was a courtyard beside a quiet lake that seemed to be cut off from the rest of the world. When he looked at the scenery around the courtyard through the bright moonlight, he couldn't help but sigh emotionally. Splash! Suddenly, a faintly discernible sound of splashing water entered his ears. Following the source of the sound, he looked towards the quiet lakeside, and his entire person was suddenly stunned. Under the moonlight, a woman with fair skin, a slender figure, and long legs was facing him with her back. She was gently splashing the cold lake water and washing her smooth body leisurely. Her curvaceous figure, slender waist, exaggerated curve of her buttocks, and seductive legs were like poison under the moonlight. She attracted Yi Chunfeng's attention deeply. How could it be? Why is someone bathing here? Please check the address of the latest book. Chivalry Web. You can read the latest chapter of this book. Mobile reading website, book address. To make it easier for you to read it next time, you can click on the Save button at the bottom to record this reading record. You will see it the next time you open the bookshelf. Please recommend this book to your friends, QQ, blog, WeChat, etc. Thank you for your support. Chapter 524. Why is there someone taking a bath here? Looking at such an alluring scene, Yi Chunfeng had a strange feeling in his heart. His breathing became heavy, but his eyes were filled with vigilance. He did not approach her immediately. Splash! The sound of flowing water could be heard. The woman in the bath shook her wet head gently. Under Yi Chunfeng's gaze, she turned around slowly. Just as Yi Chunfeng was about to see her plump body and perky twin peaks, a vague shadow appeared behind Yi Chunfeng eerily. The shadow struck out an array talisman that was filled with powerful soul energy and imprinted it on Yi Chunfeng's head. The moment this mysterious shadow appeared, Yi Chunfeng's powerful soul energy sensed it. However, he did not dodge. Instead, he allowed the soul array talisman to imprint on his head. It formed thousands of strands of soul energy and drilled into his head, forming a powerful soul imprint. When the woman in the bath saw that her sneak attack had succeeded and that Yi Chunfeng's soul had been successfully imprinted with a soul imprint, she revealed a charming smile. A long robe as white as silk appeared out of thin air, covering her alluring body. Looking at the charming woman who was walking out of the lake slowly with bare feet, Yi Chunfeng immediately recognized that she was none other than the sect master of the mysterious underworld sect, Shui Yorua. The person who sneaked an attack on him and used the soul array talisman to control his soul was the supreme elder of the mysterious underworld sect, Shui Yorua's master, Shui Honghen. The reason why Shui Yorua sacrificed her body to attract Yi Chunfeng was that she was afraid that Yi Chunfeng's soul energy would be too strong. If she failed to imprint the soul imprint on him, it would cause unnecessary trouble. Therefore, she came up with this plan to disturb his mind. It turns out to be a trap. However, Yi Chunfeng did not care about the soul imprint in his mind. With the powerful devouring power of the God-Eater brain, he only needed a thought to break the soul imprint. Sect Master, what are you doing? Yi Chunfeng pretended to be frightened when he saw Shui Yorua, who was wearing a tulle gown and had a faintly discernible figure and exuded a mature charm, walking over slowly with a burst of fragrance. Su Mingwei, don't be nervous. We don't have any bad intentions. I just have a few important things to ask you. If you answer me honestly, not only will I not hurt you, I will even give you some benefits. Shui Yorua's rosy lips curled up slightly as she spoke in a pleasant voice. Sect Master, what do you want to ask? Yi Chunfeng pretended to be calm as he asked. Who is your master? Why is he hiding near my profound underworld sect? As Yi Chunfeng's soul had been imprinted with an imprint, Shui Yorua no longer had any concerns. She went straight to the point. Master. Yi Chunfeng frowned slightly and deliberately revealed a trace of surprise. You don't have to hide it. We already know that you have a combat beast emperor as your master. Moreover, we don't have any bad intentions towards you. We just want to know why he kept you in my profound underworld sect. If you answer us honestly, I promise not to hurt you. Shui Honghen, who was wearing a Taoist robe with phoenix patterns, said slowly. Well, since you already know, I will tell you. Yi Chunfeng pondered for a while and suddenly raised his head. He looked into Shui Yorua's charming eyes and said, 3 years ago, I went out by chance and saved a person. That person imparted me a lot of superpowers. He is the combat beast emperor that you mentioned. Yi Chunfeng's mind was spinning rapidly as he fabricated a groundless master. Who is that combat beast emperor? Why did he keep you in my profound underworld sect? While Yi Chunfeng was talking, Shui Honghen kept sensing the soul imprint and did not find anything unusual. She completely believed his words and continued to ask. I also don't know the true identity of my master. However, he said that we will only be master and disciple for 3 years. After 3 years, he will leave. If I can't break through to the combat beast emperor realm in my lifetime, he will never acknowledge me as his disciple. Yi Chunfeng continued to make up a story casually. 3 years of master and disciple? Shui Yorua's eyes lit up and continued to ask, how long is it before the deadline of 3 years? A few days ago, the 3-year period was up. My master has already left. However, before he left, he asked me to participate in the Longyuan Sacred City martial arts competition. He said that I have a chance to enter the top 10 in the Longyuan Sacred City. Yi Chunfeng said. He left? Shui Yorua and Shui Honghen looked at each other and saw the joy in each other's eyes. Shui Yorua said, Su Mingwei, you should know how precious the quota for the Longyuan Sacred City martial arts competition is. If you really want to participate, you can. However, to avoid any accidents, we can't remove the soul imprint in your mind. Then how can I remove the soul imprint in my mind? I don't want to be controlled by someone for the rest of my life. Yi Chunfeng asked with some resistance. If you want to remove the soul imprint, you have 2 choices. You can either leave my profound underworld sect forever or be loyal to us and be a disciple of my profound underworld sect for life. Shui Yorua said. I choose to stay in the profound underworld sect. Yi Chunfeng said without hesitation. All right, Su Mingwei. As long as you are loyal to our Xianming sect, we promise to provide you with the best cultivation resources. If you break through to the combat beast emperor realm one day, I will immediately give up my position and let you be the sect leader of the Xianming sect. Shui Yorua revealed a mesmerizing smile and made an extremely tempting promise. Thank you, sect leader. Su Mingwei will not disappoint sect leader and grand elder. Yi Chunfeng purposely revealed a look of infatuation and patted his chest as he promised. Su Mingwei, are you willing to share the supreme inheritance that your master passed down to me? If you are willing, I can give you some benefits. Because of the soul mark, Shui Yorua believed Yi Chunfeng's words without a doubt. She gave a series of crisp smiles, and her faintly discernible peaks undulated up and down. She asked in a somewhat licentious manner. Her charming posture made people's imagination run wild. This, Yi Chunfeng gulped and said hesitantly. Su Mingwei, do you want to break through to the level 1 Reverse Beast King realm before the martial arts competition? Do you want to enter my profound underworld cave and receive the supreme inheritance of my profound underworld sect? Looking at Yi Chunfeng's hesitation, Shui Yorua, who was very interested in his inheritance, tempted him. Sect leader, can you really help me break through to the level 1 Reverse Beast King realm in a short time? Yi Chunfeng's eyes lit up as he asked excitedly. A terrifying tree demon has appeared in the territory of my profound underworld sect. I used the birthday banquet as an excuse to invite the sect leaders of the Illusion Destroyer Palace and Sky Silkworm Ridge to come. I want to gather the strength of the 2 forces to kill that tree demon and obtain its tree heart. As long as we can obtain the tree demon's tree heart and some spiritual items, we will have a high chance of refining a furnace of supreme-grade heavenly pills. The profound underworld cave is the biggest secret of my profound underworld sect. Only direct disciples can enter. If you are willing to share with us the inheritance that the senior passed on to you, you will definitely get one when the supreme-grade heavenly pills are refined. I will also allow you to enter the profound underworld cave and receive the inheritance of the profound underworld cave, Shui Yorua said with a bright smile. All right, I am willing to share the supreme inheritance that my master passed on to me with sect leader and supreme elder. Although Yi Chenfeng was not interested in the so-called supreme-grade heavenly pill, he was very interested in the mysterious underworld cave. In order to successfully obtain the right to enter the Longyuan Sacred City martial competition, he took out 2 jade scrolls from his Qian Kuan ring. One of the jade slips recorded the supreme-grade heavenly skill, Tai sword skill. The other jade slip recorded the cultivation method of the first 3 stages of the 6 meridians divine shield realm. When the soul power released by Shui Yorua seeped into the 2 jade slips handed over by Yi Chenfeng, she was immediately deeply attracted by the mysterious inheritance. She was so excited that an intoxicating blush appeared on her cheek. Sect leader, supreme elder, if there is nothing else, I will take my leave. Yi Chenfeng looked at Shui Yorua, who was so excited that she could not control herself, and said softly, "All right, Su Mingwei, cultivate well. I will personally bring you to the profound underworld cave in a few days." Shui Yorua kept the 2 jade slips as if she had obtained a treasure. The more she looked at Su Mingwei, the more pleasing he was to her eyes. "Thank you, sect leader." After finishing his words, Yi Chenfeng did not stay any longer and disappeared into the night. Please check the address of the latest book. Swordsman Network. You can read the latest chapter of this book. Mobile reading website. Book address. In order to make it easier for you to read next time, you can click on the Save button at the bottom to record this reading record. You will be able to see it the next time you open the bookshelf. Please recommend this book to your friends, QQ, blog, WeChat, etc. Thank you for your support. Chapter 525. Tree Demon? How could I forget about it? Yi Chenfeng sneered and muttered to himself as he left Shui Yorua's courtyard in the dark night. Although he was not interested in the tree demon's heart, the tree demon's heart that had been nurtured for tens of thousands of years was very important to the spiritual fish. In order to awaken the bloodline inheritance of the spiritual fish, Yi Chenfeng was ready to snatch the tree demon's heart for the spiritual fish. The first rays of the morning sun shone in the east. The veil of the dark sky was removed and a brand new day had arrived. Early in the morning, Shui Yorua, Shui Honghen, Shangguan Hong, and Qi Tianshui, who were in a good mood, entered the Yuming Mountains with the experts of their respective sects to search for the powerful tree demon in the depths of the mountains. Not long after they left the Xianming sect, a blurry shadow also left the sect quietly. The blurry shadow that followed Shui Yorua and the others was Yi Chenfeng. The tree demon is very cunning, smart, and powerful. If we want to trap it, we have to work together and set up an inescapable net. Shui Yorua, who had failed several times to capture the tree demon, advised the group as they went deep into the lush Yuming Mountains with towering ancient trees. Sect Master Shui, what do you want us to do? We will do our best to cooperate with you. In order to capture the tree demon successfully, Qi Tianshui and the others were surprisingly cooperative. According to our investigation, we will be close to the valley where the tree demon resides after we climb over the mountain in front and travel for more than 2 hours. At that time, my master, Sect Master Shangguan, and Sect Master Qi will enter the valley to capture the tree demon. The others will block the 2 exits of the valley. If we fail to capture the tree demon, we will try our best to stop it. Otherwise, once it escapes, it will be difficult to find it again. Shui Yorua said slowly. As she walked, she discussed the plan to capture the tree demon with the others. Soon, Shui Yorua and the others came to a long and narrow valley where the tree demon resided. When the experts of the 3 sects were lying in ambush at the 2 exits of the valley, Shui Yorua and the others broke into the valley. The plan is good. However, I am afraid that the 4 of you are no match for the tree demon. Yi Chenfeng retracted his aura and hid in the crown of a tree that was dozens of meters tall outside the valley. He released his powerful soul to cover the entire valley and locked onto the tree demon that had been scared away by the chaos divine wood. From the Trent's aura, Yi Chenfeng found that its strength had surpassed that of a Class 6 Beast King and was close to the level of a half-step Beast Emperor. It was not something that the 4 Class 5 Beast Kings, including Shui Yuruo, could deal with. What a terrifying Yao Qi! That tree demon is right in front of us. Everyone, be careful. Shui Yuruo and the other 3 advanced cautiously for 1 incense stick's worth of time. When they arrived at the depths of the valley, they sensed a powerful demonic aura coming from the valley. The demonic aura was so strong that it fluctuated the air, making the 4 of them feel suffocated. Sect Master Shui, is that tree demon really only a 6th-rank Defiant Beast King? Shangguan Hong, who felt the pressure, revealed a grave expression. He sent a voice projection to Shui Yuruo, who was at the side. Master and I have fought with the tree demon several times in the past 10 years. We can confirm that its strength is only a 6th-rank Defiant Beast King, Shui Yuruo confirmed. But she did not know that the tree demon, which had devoured a large amount of martial artist's blood essence, had just completed a transformation. Its strength had already surpassed that of a 6th-rank Defiant Beast King. But the demonic aura of a 6th-rank Defiant Beast King is so terrifying. Qi Tianshui also sensed that something was wrong. He frowned tightly, and a trace of uneasiness grew in his heart. Lowly humans, I didn't expect that you would still dare to come and seek death. Just as Shui Yuruo and the other 3 were slowly approaching the tree demon, a ferocious and ruthless voice suddenly rang out from the depths of the valley. The powerful demonic aura surged out like an avalanche, shrouding the void and dyeing the blue void into a black color. No, this tree demon's strength is definitely above that of a 6th-rank Defiant Beast King. Looking at the demonic aura that filled the sky and feeling the terrifying aura of the tree demon, Shui Yuruo and the other 3 were shocked. Panic filled their eyes. Just as the 4 were about to make a prompt decision to retreat from the valley, the tree demon, which was exuding a towering demonic aura, rushed out like a black hurricane and intercepted them. Haha, for human experts of the 5th-rank Defiant Beast King realm. After devouring your blood essence, my strength will definitely improve further. Sensing the strength of Shui Yuruo and the other 3, an old face appeared on the tree demon's thick trunk and let out a ferocious laugh. Thousands of roots, which were as hard as spears, broke through the hard ground and formed a huge tree root prison, enveloping Shui Yuruo and the other 3 who were shocked. Oh no, this tree demon's strength has probably reached that of a half-step beast emperor. It is not something that we can contend with. Don't get caught up in the battle. Try your best to break out. Shui Honghen, who was the strongest among the 4, was shocked when he sensed the tree demon's strength after its transformation. He quickly took out the most precious treasure of the Xianming sect, the heavenly treasure Xianming stone. He spat 2 mouthfuls of blood essence into the Xianming stone and urged the Xianming stone to attack with all its strength, forcibly tearing apart the tree root prison. Shui Yuruo, Shangguan Hong, and Qi Tianshui did not hesitate either. They all took out their strongest weapons and unleashed their most powerful killing moves to attack the tree root prison. Lowly humans, stop your pointless struggle. With your strength, you won't be able to break out of my tree root prison. The tree demon let out a ferocious voice. A large number of tough roots counterattacked fiercely like long snakes, entangling Shui Yuruo, Shui Honghen, and the others. Heavenly Silkworm Transformation. After attacking for a long time without any results, Qi Tianshui decisively performed a secret super skill. His strong body instantly expanded and his cultivation level reached that of a 6th-rank Defiant Beast King. Roaming Dragon Overlord Saber. Qi Tianshui roared. His soul power and Tao will were infused into the middle-grade Heaven Artifact Battle Saber. Saber radiance that looked like swimming dragons carried astonishing destructive power. It shattered a large number of tree roots and slashed on the tree root prison. The overbearing saber intent tore apart layers of tree roots and broke a hole in the tree root prison. Xianming Stone Attack. After Qi Tianshui broke a hole in the tree root prison, Shui Honghen continued to spit blood essence into the Xianming Stone. He controlled the Xianming stone to grow bigger and bigger. Like a meteorite, it crashed into the holes that were closing up and tore the tree root prison again. Let's go. After the tree root prison was torn apart by the Xianming stone, Shui Yoruo and the others did not waste this excellent opportunity. They all burst out and wanted to break out of the tree root prison. Right at this moment, the tree demon suddenly appeared outside the hole. The old face that appeared on the tree trunk let out a roar that pierced through clouds and cracked rocks. It attacked Shui Yoruo and the others like a tidal wave. PFFF. PFFF. Facing the roar attack released by the tree demon, Shui Yoruo and the others trembled. A large amount of blood spurted out from their mouth. They were sent flying into the prison. Demonic aura refinement. The next moment, the tree demon released a horrifying black demonic aura that surged into the tree root prison. It spun high and forcibly refined Shui Yoruo and the others. It wanted to refine them to death. Qi and blood combustion. Spiritual beast bloodline burn. With their lives hanging by a thread, Shui Yoruo and the others used their last trump card and went all out. They endured the refinement of the black demonic aura and crazily attacked the tree root prison. Just when Shui Yoruo and the others were in danger and could not extricate themselves, Yi Chunfeng appeared in the valley like a ghost. Please check the address of the latest book update. Chivalry website. You can read the latest chapter of this book. Mobile reading site, book address. For the convenience of your next reading, you can click on the bookmark at the bottom to record this reading record. You will see it the next time you open the bookshelf. Please recommend this book to your friends, QQ, blog, WeChat, etc. Thank you for your support. Chapter 526. What should we do? This tree demon is too powerful. We might be trapped here until we die. Shui Yoruo did not expect that the seemingly foolproof plan would have an accident. The four of them were in a desperate situation and their minds were in a mess. Everyone, stop hiding your trump cards. If we delay any longer, we will all die here. Qi Tianshui, who had expended a lot of his soul power, shouted. Several precious offensive array talismans appeared around his body and attacked the tree root prison. Qi Tianshui used his offensive array talismans, and Shui Yoruo and the other two also took out a large number of offensive array talismans and attacked with all their might. Boom! 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 As the offensive array talismans exploded, the destructive force kept tearing apart the layers of the tree root prison, blasting away the black demonic aura. Tree root entanglement. Seeing that the tree root prison was being blasted apart by the offensive array patterns, a large number of python-like tree roots wrapped around Shui Yoruo and the other three, wanting to bind them. Break. As the black tree roots wrapped around their bodies, Shui Yoruo and the other three unleashed their powerful soul power, forcibly tearing apart the black tree roots. However, when they used their strength to tear apart the black tree roots, the tree root prison, which had been blasted apart by the offensive array patterns, was repaired once again, trapping them in the tree root prison. After failing multiple times, Shui Yoruo and the other three were draining more and more of their energy. A large amount of black demonic aura entered their bodies through their pores, eating away at their bodies and weakening their strength. Damn it! Are we really going to die here? Shangguan Hong said unwillingly. Everyone, help me activate the Xianming rock. We can only rely on the Xianming rock to break out now. Shui Honghen controlled the Xianming rock to revolve above his head, dissolving the black demonic aura. He said to Shangguan Hong and the other two who were panting and exhausted. All right. Shangguan Hong and the other two did not have a choice. They spat out mouthfuls of essence blood and fused it with the Xianming rock, slowly activating the Xianming rock's strongest offensive power. After fusing with Shui Honghen, Shangguan Hong and the other three's essence blood, the Xianming rock shone with an illusory demonic light, dissolving the surging black demonic aura. Xianming rock, break! The pale-faced Shui Honghen roared. He controlled the Xianming rock, which was completely activated, to smash into the tree root prison. Chi! Chi! Under the most powerful impact of the Xianming stone, a large number of roots were shattered, turning into fragments that drifted into the air. The tree root prison lasted for 5 breaths of time before it was finally broken by the profound underworld stone's fierce attacks. Let's go. As soon as the gap appeared, Shui Yoruo and the other 3, who had consumed a lot of energy, took a deep breath. They burned their energy and blood to increase their speed and flew toward the gap. Lowly human, leave your life behind. The tree demon let out a strange cry and wanted to continue blocking them, sealing off their escape route. Look, however, at this moment, a strong sense of danger appeared and locked onto the tree demon, causing it to feel extremely uneasy and its movements to become slightly sluggish. Whoosh! Whoosh! A series of ear-piercing sounds rang out as Shui Yoruo and the other 3 seized this rare opportunity and successfully flew out of the gap in the prison, breaking out of the encirclement. Tree demon, give me your tree heart and I'll let you go. Shui Yoruo and the other 3 had just escaped when an arrogant and domineering voice rang in their ears. It was an order that could not be disobeyed. Hearing the domineering voice, Shui Yoruo and the other 3 immediately looked over. However, when they saw a man wearing a black martial Dao suit and a silver mask walking over slowly, their hearts turned cold. Rank 3 Reverse Beast King. This person is here to die. Shui Yoruo and the other 3 looked at each other and did not dare to stay any longer. They wanted to break out of the encirclement quickly. If you want my tree heart, exchange it with your life. Although the tree demon would not die without the tree heart, it would lose tens of thousands of years of cultivation without the tree heart. This was something that it would not allow. Roar! The tree demon let out a ferocious roar as its lush treetops shook violently and released a black demonic aura that swept toward Yi Chenfeng. 5 million kilograms of force, break! Yi Chenfeng suddenly took a step forward as the energy from the spirit pearls in his 4 acupoints surged wildly into Yi Chenfeng's right arm. When he punched out, the space in front of Yi Chenfeng started to distort. The powerful punch directly crushed the black demonic aura, preventing it from getting close. What terrifying power! This person is really a rank 3 defiant beast king. The 4 people who were about to leave felt the destructive power erupting from Yi Chenfeng's fist and revealed a look of disbelief. The way they looked at Yi Chenfeng changed greatly. Swish! Swish! After the demonic aura attack failed, the tree demon continued to attack. A large number of black roots broke through the ground and attacked Yi Chenfeng. Black flame, heavenly fire, ancient extreme, heavenly lightning, break. Thousands of snake-like black roots attacked. Black flame, heavenly fire and ancient extreme, heavenly lightning spewed out from Yi Chenfeng's body, burning and destroying the black roots and injuring the tree demon. Heavenly fire, heavenly lightning, where did this person come from? He actually managed to subdue 2 heavenly items. Feeling the destructive power of the black flame, heavenly fire and ancient extreme, heavenly lightning, Shui Yoruo and the others were completely stunned. For a moment, they forgot to break out of the encirclement as they watched the shocking scene in awe. Roar! Roar! A large number of tree roots were burned by the black flame heavenly fire and shattered by the ancient extreme heavenly lightning. The severely injured tree demon went berserk as its old face let out a world-shattering roar as it attacked Yi Chenfeng. Divine demon bloodline, burn! Divine demon body! Facing the sound wave attack released by the tree demon, Yi Chenfeng did not hesitate to ignite his demonic god bloodline. He continuously grew stronger and stronger, transforming into an extremely terrifying demonic god body. A power that could shock the heavens and earth leaked out from his body. Boom! The rolling sound waves blasted onto Yi Chenfeng's divine demon body, creating thousands of ripples and shattering large patches of air. The tree demon's sound waves were extremely terrifying, but after transforming into his divine demon body, Yi Chenfeng was comparable to a supreme-grade heaven artifact and could easily withstand the sound waves. Bang! Yi Chunfeng's body was filled with 20 million jin of force as he crushed the rolling sound waves. Under the dazed gaze of Shui Yoruo and the others, Yi Chunfeng approached the tree demon at an extremely fast speed. The fist that was filled with 20 million jin of force smashed onto the tree demon's sturdy trunk. The powerful force caused cracks to appear on the trunk. Strong, too strong. Even an Emperor-level expert's strength is only SOSO. That's right. I have never seen such a terrifying reverse Beast King expert. Today is really an eye-opener for me. Witnessing the scene of Yi Chunfeng shattering the tree demon's trunk with one punch, a trace of shock that came from the deepest part of their soul occupied their hearts. It gave them a surreal feeling. Since you are not willing to give me the tree core, I will send you into the wheel of reincarnation. As Yi Chunfeng spoke, he inserted both his hands into the tree demon's sturdy trunk. With 20 million jin of force, the terrifying force tore the thick trunk apart and tore the tree demon that was comparable to a half-step Emperor-level expert into two halves, revealing the precious tree core. Black flame, heavenly fire, shatter. After tearing the tree demon apart in the most tyrannical manner, Yi Chunfeng immediately controlled the black flame, heavenly fire to burn the tree demon that had devoured a large amount of martial artist's blood into ashes. He then sealed the heart of the tree demon that was beating slowly. After killing the tree demon, Yi Chunfeng's sharp eyes swept over Shui Yoruo and the others who were like frightened birds. He summoned his soul wings and flew away in the void under their respectful gazes. Please check the address of the latest book. Swordsman website. You can read the latest chapter of this book. Mobile reading website. Book address. In order to facilitate your next reading, you can click on the Save button at the bottom to record this reading record. You will be able to see it the next time you open the bookshelf. Please recommend this book to your friends, QQ, blog, WeChat, etc. Thank you for your support. Chapter 527. Terrifying, this is too terrifying. How could such a terrifying expert appear in the mysterious underworld sect's territory? Looking at Yi Chunfeng's departing figure, Shui Yoruo, who was completely shocked by his strength, stood rooted to the ground and did not dare to move. She wiped the cold sweat on her forehead and spoke with lingering fear. Such an expert is not someone we can predict. Let's hurry up and leave. Shangguan Hong, who was riddled with injuries, did not want to stay here any longer. She urged them in a low voice. All right, let's go. After speaking, Shui Yoruo and the other three left quickly. They brought along the sex experts who were lying in ambush outside and rushed to the mysterious underworld sect. While they were rushing to the mysterious underworld sect, Yi Chunfeng, who was flying at an extremely fast speed, had already reached the mysterious underworld sect. He controlled the illusory Tao intent and transformed into Su Mingwei's appearance again. He arrived outside the stone house where the spirit fish was cultivating. Yes, she is not in the house. When he arrived outside the stone house, Yi Chunfeng did not sense the spirit fish's aura. He frowned slightly. His soul spirit radiated out from his mind and kept extending into the distance. Soon, Yi Chunfeng's powerful soul spirit sensed the spirit fish's location and rushed over. Spirit fish, how dare you eat the spirit herbs in the spirit medicine room? Do you believe that I will cripple you? A fat old man with a sharp and mean face glared at the spirit fish, who had lowered her head and was trembling with fear. She was holding a stalk of spirit herb tightly in her small hand. Elder Chu, I know I was wrong. I beg you to spare me this time. The spirit fish, whose face was pale and without a trace of blood, was very afraid of Elder Chu, who was in charge of all chores. You know your mistake? Do you think that's enough? Elder Chu narrowed his small eyes and shot out a vicious look. He kept thinking of ways to punish the spirit fish. Then what do you want? My sister is not someone you can punish. A cold voice sounded. Yi Chunfeng, whose face was gloomy, walked over slowly with heavy steps. Su Mingwei. Hearing that someone dared to reprimand him, Elder Chu was just about to throw a tantrum when he realized that the person who was slowly walking over was actually Su Mingwei, the person who had made a name for himself during the birthday banquet competition. He had suppressed the genius of Illusion Destroyer Palace, Heavenly Silkworm Ridge, and obtained the title of number 1 among the younger generation in Dark Nether County. His curses were stuck in his throat, and his entire face turned red. Although he was an elder of the profound underworld sect, his status was the lowest among the elders. He could not be compared to Su Mingwei, who was in the limelight and had a bright future ahead of him. Therefore, he did not dare to offend him. "Young Master Su, what brings you here today? Why do you have the time to visit me?" Elder Chu seemed to have changed into a different person. He revealed a charming smile and asked humbly. "Scram!" Yi Chunfeng didn't waste any time with him. He immediately struck out with his palm, which landed on Elder Chu's chest. The terrifying force of the palm broke several of Elder Chu's ribs and sent him flying. He flew nearly 100 meters before crashing heavily onto the ground. "Ling Yu is my little sister. If I find out who dares to bully her again, I will take his life." Yi Chunfeng coldly glanced at Elder Chu, who was vomiting blood and crawling up from the ground while apologizing profusely. Then, he coldly warned him and left with the spirit fish. "Big Brother Chunfeng, you are really amazing. You aren't even afraid of Elder Chu." Ling Yu looked at Yi Chunfeng with admiration and said gratefully, "If we weren't in the profound underworld sect and he dared to bully you, I would have killed him long ago." Yi Chunfeng intimately rubbed Ling Yu's head and said, "Come, let's go to my place. I have a gift for you." As he spoke, Yi Chunfeng brought the spirit fish to the courtyard where he lived and opened the restriction formation in the courtyard. 100 Crystal Primordial Chaos Diagram. After the formation rune restriction was activated, Yi Chunfeng summoned an array diagram that enveloped him and Ling Yu. He took out the tree demon's heart that he had just obtained from killing the tree demon. "Big Brother Chunfeng, this is," sensing the terrifying spiritual energy in the tree demon's heart, Ling Yu's beautiful eyes widened in shock. "This is the tree demon's heart that chased after you previously. I went out to kill it just now and took the tree demon's heart for you." Yi Chunfeng nodded and said, "Big Brother Chunfeng, you want to give this tree demon's heart to me?" Ling Yu knew the value of the tree demon's heart and asked Yi Chunfeng in disbelief. "Yes, this tree demon's heart is my gift to you. However, you must not mention this to anyone." Yi Chunfeng nodded and said, "All right, don't be in a daze. Quickly consume this tree demon's heart to prevent it from losing too much spiritual energy." "Big Brother Chunfeng, thank you. You are so good to me." Ling Yu looked gratefully at Yi Chunfeng and said sweetly. She had completely approved of him in her heart. Crunch, crunch. Ling Yu opened her cute little mouth slightly and ate the extremely hard tree demon's heart with relish. Soon, she swallowed the entire tree demon's heart into her stomach. After eating the entire tree demon's heart, Ling Yu's chubby cheeks immediately flushed red. Her eyes also revealed a blurry look as if she would fall asleep at any moment. However, in the next moment, Yi Chunfeng's powerful soul spirit felt a powerful energy slowly awakening in Ling Yu's body. This energy was so strong that even Yi Chunfeng was speechless. Bloodline power. This little girl has swallowed an entire tree demon's heart. The energy in her body has finally reached saturation and she is beginning to awaken her bloodline power. I wonder how many bloodlines she will awaken this time. The Chaos Divine Beast appeared and looked at Ling Yu, who had her head lowered and had fallen into a deep sleep. The spirit energy in the mysterious underworld sect is too thin. I better let Ling Yu awaken her bloodline in the universe mirror. As Yi Chunfeng spoke, he summoned the universe mirror that was constantly being refined by the flames of life. He controlled the universe mirror to keep the sleeping Ling Yu inside. Just as Ling Yu was awakening her bloodline in the universe mirror that was rich in spirit energy, Shui Yoruo and the rest, who were covered in injuries, returned empty-handed. When they arrived at the mysterious underworld sect, the Illusion Destruction Palace, and the Sky Silkworm Ridge's experts did not stay for long. Under the lead of the injured Shang Guanhong and Qi Tianshui, they immediately left the mysterious underworld sect on flying beasts. Soon, the entire mysterious underworld sect regained its peace. During the battle with the tree demon, Shui Yorua and Shui Honghen had burned their blood essence and exhausted their bodies. They were severely injured. When the experts from the Illusion Destruction Palace and the Sky Silkworm Ridge left, they immediately went into seclusion to recuperate. Without their disturbance, Yi Chunfeng was happy to be free. He stayed in the courtyard and fully activated the flames of life to refine the universe mirror while waiting for the bloodline inheritance in Ling Yu's body to awaken. Days passed. On the 8th day, Yi Chunfeng felt a strong aura awakening through the universe mirror. A huge divine ape appeared on Ling Yu's body. It pounded its chest with its fists and roared into the sky, causing the heaven and earth to change. It's a success. Ling Yu has awakened the bloodline of the Golden Eye Divine Ape. Feeling the bloodline power in Ling Yu's body getting stronger and stronger, Yi Chunfeng revealed a faint smile. After about 30 minutes, the divine ape in Ling Yu's body disappeared. As for Ling Yu, who had awakened the bloodline of the Golden Eye Divine Ape, her strength was also fixed at level 1 Defiant Beast King. Please check the address of the latest book. Swordsman Network. You can read the latest chapter of this book. Mobile reading website, book address. To make it easier for you to read the book next time, you can click Save at the bottom to record this book. You will see it the next time you open the bookshelf. Please recommend this book to your friends, QQ, blog, WeChat, etc. Thank you for your support. Chapter 528. Ling Yu, congratulations. You have finally awakened your bloodline inheritance. With a thought, Yi Chunfeng sent the awakened spirit fish out of the heaven and earth mirror. Then, he revealed a doting smile as he looked at her. Big brother Chunfeng, thank you. If it wasn't for your help, I don't know when I would have been able to awaken my bloodline inheritance. The Ling Yu thanked him from the bottom of her heart. Ling Yu, now that you have awakened your bloodline inheritance, you should have inherited your memories. Do you know what the other bloodline inheritance in your body is other than the Golden Eye Divine Ape bloodline? Yi Chunfeng asked curiously. Ah, there is a second bloodline inheritance in my body? Why don't I know about it? The Ling Yu was a little shocked. Yes. If my senses are not wrong, there is a second bloodline inheritance hidden in your body. However, that bloodline is a little mysterious. I can't recognize it. Yi Chunfeng nodded. That's right. Ling Yu, do you know about your background? I don't know. I was picked up by Master. I lived in the Xianming sect since I was young. When I was 7, Master met with an accident and died outside. The Ling Yu told Yi Chunfeng about her tragic childhood. Hearing the Ling Yu's similar childhood, Yi Chunfeng's heart was filled with pity. He gently patted her head and said, Let bygones be bygones. Follow me from now on. I won't let you suffer any more. Yes. Big brother Chunfeng, you are the best. The Ling Yu nodded, revealing 2 cute dimples as she said sweetly. Buzz. Buzz. While they were talking, Yi Chunfeng's communication bead suddenly vibrated. When he sent his soul spirit into the communication bead, Shui Yorua's voice rang out. Ling Yu, I am going to the Xianming cave. Here are 5,000-year-old spiritual herbs for you. If you have nothing to do, you can cultivate here. Yi Chunfeng took out another 5,000-year-old spiritual herbs and gave them to the Ling Yu. Then he left his courtyard. Following Shui Yorua's directions, he arrived at the Xianming cave in the back mountain. When Yi Chunfeng arrived at the mysterious underworld cave, Shui Mozong, Chao Yun, Jing Ziki, and a charming woman in a red martial arts robe had already arrived. She had red lips like fire and was waiting for him. Seeing Yi Chunfeng slowly walking towards them, Shui Mozong, Chao Yun, and Jing Ziki's eyes were brimming with hostility. Obviously, they were unwilling to let Yi Chunfeng surpass them and snatch away the position that should have belonged to them. On the other hand, the red-clothed woman had developed a strong interest in Yi Chunfeng. Her beautiful phoenix eyes were filled with a captivating light, and she wanted to attract Yi Chunfeng's attention. "All right, everyone is here. Before we open the mysterious underworld cave, let me explain the mysterious underworld cave. Everyone should know that the mysterious underworld cave is the biggest secret of our mysterious underworld sect. The reason why it is so mysterious is because the mysterious underworld cave is the foundation of our mysterious underworld sect. 60,000 years ago, the mysterious underworld extreme way, a mid-grade Tao skill that shook the entire Western continent, was engraved in the deepest part of the mysterious underworld cave, the mysterious underworld cliff, Shui Yorua explained in detail. Mysterious underworld extreme way. Shui Mazong, Chao Yun, and the others had heard of the mysterious underworld extreme way and knew how domineering its power was. If they could learn it, their attacking power would increase by more than 10 times, reaching an extremely terrifying level. Middle-grade Tao skill. Yi Chunfeng also revealed a look of surprise. He was surprised that a mere 6th-grade sect actually had a mid-grade Tao skill inheritance. Don't be too happy yet. Shui Yorua took in the expressions of Shui Mazong and the others and said indifferently, "Although the mysterious underworld extreme way is engraved on the mysterious underworld cliff at the end of the mysterious underworld cave, it is not easy to comprehend it. Apart from our mysterious underworld sect's founder and the extreme underworld ancestor from 60,000 years ago, no one else has been able to grasp the mysterious underworld extreme way. Apart from the mysterious underworld extreme way, there are other inheritances and opportunities in the mysterious underworld cliff. However, if you want to reach the mysterious underworld cliff, you still need to undergo the gravity, movement, and puppet test. These 3 tests are passed down by the founder and I cannot change them. Hence, what kind of opportunity you obtain in the end will depend on your abilities. Alright, get ready. I will now open the mysterious underworld cave. Remember, the yin qi in the mysterious underworld cave is extremely strong. Regardless of whether you obtain the great opportunity in the mysterious underworld cave within 3 days, you must leave. Otherwise, once the yin qi enters your bones, you will be severely injured at best. In the worst case, the yin qi will explode and you will die. Also, you can only take one type of inheritance out of the mysterious underworld cave. If you are greedy, you will be punished by the mysterious underworld cave. After saying that, Shui Yorua took out a triangular jade token and placed it in the groove beside the mysterious underworld cave. She then activated the restriction of the mysterious underworld cave. When the mysterious underworld cave opened, Shui Mazong and the others, who were eager to try, immediately rushed into the mysterious underworld cave. On the other hand, Yi Chunfeng was not anxious at all. He only walked in slowly after they disappeared into the mysterious underworld cave. The reason why Yi Chunfeng was so calm was that he had absolute confidence in his own strength. In his eyes, Shui Mazong and the others were no different from children. They were no threat to him at all. However, he still showed some interest in the mysterious underworld extreme way inscribed on the mysterious underworld cliff. If he could master it, he would be able to deal with the Longyuan Sacred City martial arts competition. As he walked, Yi Chunfeng felt that the space pressure in the mysterious underworld cave was getting stronger and stronger. A large amount of yin qi was suppressed by the space pressure and entered his body through his pores. The yin qi in the mysterious underworld cave was extremely corrosive, but its temperature was extremely high. The black flame heavenly fire, which was the purest yang energy, could completely restrain it. When Yi Chunfeng controlled the black flame heavenly fire to fill his body, the yin qi that had corroded his body was completely refined. It turned into pure spiritual power and integrated into his body cells. Yes, 8 passageways. Yi Chunfeng resisted the space pressure and walked for 30 minutes. The space in front of him suddenly opened up. In the empty space there were 8 black passageways. Among them, 4 of the passageways were sealed by powerful array patterns. It was obvious that Shui Maozong and the others had already entered these 4 passageways. I shall choose the leftmost passageway. Yi Chunfeng's deep eyes scanned the 4 passageways and walked directly to the leftmost passageway. Buzz, buzz. The moment Yi Chunfeng walked into the leftmost passageway, more than 50,000 kilograms of space pressure pressed down on his body. If an ordinary person was caught off guard by the 50,000 kilograms of space pressure, they might be injured. However, to Yi Chunfeng, who was comparable to a high-grade heaven artifact and had condensed 4 spirit pearls, his body was filled with millions of kilograms of weight. He was not affected at all. It was as if he could not feel the space pressure that filled up the space. He walked forward with a calm expression and walked towards the end of the passageway. Swish, swish. Yi Chunfeng walked quickly for 30 minutes. Suddenly, there was an ear-piercing sound that pierced through the air. It was shooting towards him at an extremely fast speed. This should be the so-called movement technique test. Being suddenly attacked by a hidden weapon, Yi Chunfeng's soul energy was completely released. He activated his lightning flash, a top-quality heavenly skill, and moved around in the limited space, like a zigzagging bolt of lightning, flying at high speed. In less than 15 minutes, Yi Chunfeng had passed through the storm-like hidden weapons and arrived at the end of the passageway. He saw a tall and sturdy figure, wearing silver battle armor. There was no expression on the puppet's face. It was holding a dragon-head saber and guarding the end of the passageway. First-grade Reverse Beast King. This mysterious underworld cave's test is too low. Yi Chunfeng's powerful soul spirit sensed the silver-armored puppet and rushed over without slowing down. Die! When the silver-armored puppet saw that Yi Chunfeng was extremely close to it, its gem-like eyes shone with a resplendent light. An astonishing amount of power burst forth from its sturdy body and poured into the dragon-head broadsword, slashing towards Yi Chunfeng with the force of 1,000 caddies. Crack! The silver-armored puppet's full-force saber slashed onto Yi Chunfeng's body. However, it was unable to hurt him at all. A strong rebounding force passed through the dragon-head saber and into the silver-armored puppet's arm. The force was so strong that the puppet's arm trembled, and it almost lost its grip on the dragon-head saber. Boom! Relying on the absolute defense to block the silver-armored puppet's full-force saber, Yi Chunfeng's 3 spiritual pearls exploded. More than 3 million kilograms of force surged out and crashed into the silver-armored puppet's body like a tidal wave. It directly exploded the puppet's sturdy body. A first-grade Reverse Beast King silver-armored puppet was instantly killed by Yi Chunfeng's fist. Please check the address of the latest book. Hero Network. You can read the latest chapter of this book. Mobile reading website, book address. To make it easier for you to read next time, you can click on the Save button at the bottom to record this reading. You will be able to see it the next time you open the bookshelf. Please recommend this book to your friends, QQ, blog, WeChat, etc. Thank you for your support. Chapter 529. This should be the mysterious underworld wall, the greatest secret of the mysterious underworld cave. After shattering the silver-armored puppet with a single punch, Yi Chunfeng didn't waste any time and passed through the exit that the puppet was guarding. He arrived at a pitch-black space without any trace of light. In front of this space, there was a floating wall that was both real and illusory. It seemed to be very far away and was flowing with a faint white light. As the mysterious underworld cave's test didn't pose any threat to Yi Chunfeng, there was no one at the end of the mysterious underworld cave. Shui Mozong and the rest were still undergoing the mysterious underworld cave's test. I wonder how I can comprehend the mysterious underworld extreme Tao in the mysterious underworld wall. Yi Chunfeng observed the mysterious underworld wall from afar and pondered for a moment before releasing his powerful soul power to permeate it. Buzz, buzz. After infusing Yi Qinfeng's soul power, the mysterious underworld wall shot out a beam of illusory light that cut through the pitch-black space and flew over at an extremely fast speed. A jade slip. Yi Qinfeng's sharp eyes realized that this beam of illusory light was actually a jade slip. His body flashed and reached out to grab it before the beam of illusory light disappeared into the darkness. The illusion Dao intent. The moment Yi Qinfeng grabbed the jade slip, he realized that the jade slip had mysteriously disappeared. The moment the jade slip disappeared, his powerful soul spirit felt the illusion Dao intent. Interesting. I didn't expect this jade slip to contain the illusion Dao intent and deceive my eyes and soul spirit. After failing to grab the jade slip, Yi Qinfeng revealed a faint smile and radiated the power of the God-Eater brain. It locked onto the black space in front of him and sensed the changes in the space. It's coming! The power of the God-Eater brain's radiation suddenly contracted, and the mysterious underworld wall shot out another beam of illusory light. It was like a shooting star that flew towards Yi Qinfeng at a speed that was hard to see with the naked eye. Seeing the illusory light that was flying faster and faster, Yi Qinfeng's deep eyes flickered with 20 illusion Dao patterns and saw through the illusory light. When the illusory light brushed past him, he quickly reached out and grabbed the illusory light. Low-grade heaven rank soul skill, Moonlight Dance. Holding onto the struggling void light, Yi Qinfeng's soul force penetrated it and learned the level of the cultivation method inheritance within the void light. However, Yi Qinfeng didn't care about low-grade heaven-ranked soul skills anymore, so he didn't keep it. He tossed it into the black space and disappeared. Not long after, the Xianming wall projected 3 beams of illusory light. They cut through the pitch-black space and flew toward Yi Qinfeng. Yi Qinfeng could sense from the God-Eater brain's radiation that the 3 streaks of light were similar to the low-grade heaven-ranked Moonlight Dance. He wasn't interested in them at all, so he gave up on them. Time passed by minute, second by second. Streaks of light continuously drilled out of the Xianming wall and streaked past Yi Qinfeng. However, during this time, Yi Qinfeng did not make a move. Right now, his attention was completely focused on the Xianming wall. He controlled the power of his God-Eater brain to penetrate the Xianming wall bit by bit. He wanted to investigate the Xianming wall, which contained a large number of soul skills. Look, could this Xianming wall be an illusion Dao tablet? As the God-Eater brain's power penetrated the Xianming wall, Yi Qinfeng felt the illusion Dao intent in the Xianming sect. This illusion Dao intent was so strong that it was comparable to the illusion Dao tablet he comprehended in the misty illusion realm. With this discovery, Yi Qinfeng was overjoyed. He immediately gave up on capturing the void light scroll that flew out of the Xianming wall. He was completely immersed in the process of deducing and comprehending the illusion Dao intent within the Xianming wall. If he could cultivate the illusion Dao intent to the 3rd or 4th level, even a battle beast emperor wouldn't be able to see through his true appearance. They would even be able to control the illusion Dao intent to attack his soul. Right at this moment, an extremely fast figure rushed out of the test passageway and arrived at the black space where the Xianming wall was. This person was the strongest disciple in the Xianming sect. He was a Class 2 Defiant Beast King, Shui Mozong. But when he saw the motionless Yi Qinfeng sitting cross-legged in the black space, the smile on his face suddenly froze. The joy of passing the test was gone. How is this possible? How could he pass the test so quickly? Is he really so much stronger than me? Shui Mozong felt an intense sense of defeat in his heart. His expression became abnormally ugly. No, I still have a chance. As long as I can comprehend the Xianming Extreme Dao, I will definitely be able to defeat him with this move. I will take back everything that belongs to me and rush into the top 10 in the Dragon Lake Sacred City martial competition. Thinking about the powerful attack power of the Xianming Extreme Dao, Shui Mozong regained his confidence. He looked at the hazy Xianming wall that was flowing with void light. Void light soul skill. While Shui Mozong was looking at the Xianming wall, a void light flew out of the Xianming wall with an ear-piercing sound. It flew towards him at an extremely fast speed. As the eldest disciple of the Xianming sect, Shui Mozong knew the secret of the Xianming wall. He immediately gathered all his strength and wanted to capture the void light soul skill. And why is it gone? When the void light soul skill swept past Shui Mozong, he reached out his hand to grab it, but he caught nothing. The extremely fast void light soul skill fooled his eyes and disappeared into the black space. Not long after, another void light soul skill flew out of the Xianming wall towards him. This time, Shui Mozong did not wait for the void light soul skill to come close. He leaned forward abruptly and released all his soul power to seal the space around the void light soul skill. He reached out his hand to grab it. With all his might, he managed to obtain the void light soul skill. However, he discovered that this soul skill was only a low-grade heavenly skill. A look of disappointment appeared on his face as he tossed it into the void and continued to obtain other soul skills. Just as Shui Mozong was using all his strength to capture the void light soul skill, Chao Yun, Jing Ziki, and the other two also passed the test and arrived at the bottom of the Xianming wall. They flashed through the black space and continuously captured the void light soul skills that were flying towards them. However, as the void light soul skills that flew out of the Xianming wall were not of a high rank, Shui Mozong and the other three did not manage to capture anything. In addition, the yin qi in the Xianming cave was constantly entering their bodies and corroding their internal organs. Slowly, they gave up on fighting for the void light soul skills and sat cross-legged in the black space like Yi Chunfeng and refined the yin qi that had invaded their bodies. 2 days passed very quickly. In these 2 days, Yi Chunfeng, who was controlling the God-Eater brain, comprehended 10 illusion Dao patterns in the Xianming wall. His illusion Dao intent had reached the 3rd heavenly level. Shui Mozong and the other three did not make a move as they refined the yin qi. They waited patiently. Just as the 3 days were up, the Xianming wall suddenly shone with endless white light, turning the pitch-black space into day. In the next moment, a light beam as thick as a water bucket flew out of the Xianming wall like a bolt of lightning and flew towards them. Seeing this resplendent light beam, Shui Mozong and the other three opened their eyes at the same time and rushed over immediately. They all wanted to snatch the soul skill hidden in this white light. Jing Ziki, who was at the front, burned his spiritual beast's bloodline and burst out with astonishing strength. When he got close to the white light beam, a powerful force burst out from the white light and crushed the soul power that Jing Ziki released as easily as crushing dry weeds and smashing into his body. PFFF. A large amount of blood spurted out from Jing Ziki's mouth. He was directly sent flying by the white light and fell more than 10 meters away. Even though Jing Ziki was sent flying, Shui Mozong and the other two were not spared. Their attacks were all shattered by the white light, and the 3 of them were also sent flying by the powerful white light. Seeing this powerful white light disappear into the black space, Yi Chunfeng, who was sitting cross-legged and deducing the illusion Dao intent, suddenly opened his eyes and appeared in front of the white light like a ghost. Retrieve! Yi Chunfeng roared and exploded with 5 million kilograms of strength. His right hand, which was filled with powerful strength, directly pierced through the white light and grabbed the soul skill jade slip that was hidden in the white light. Please check the address of the latest book. Swordsman Network. You can read the latest chapter of this book. Mobile reading home, book address. In order to make it easier for you to read next time, you can click on the Save button at the bottom to record this reading record. You can see it the next time you open the bookshelf. Please recommend this book to your friends, QQ, blog, WeChat, etc. Thank you for your support. Chapter 530. What? Shui Mo sang and the others spat out blood as they fell to the ground. When they saw Yi Chunfeng grab the jade scroll with one hand, they were so shocked that their eyeballs almost fell out of their sockets. How can he be so strong? Shui Emosang couldn't accept the huge gap in strength between him and Yi Chunfeng. He couldn't accept that the soul skill scroll that he wanted was obtained by Yi Chunfeng. That jade scroll can't be the mysterious underworld extreme way, right? The gazes of Shui Mozong and the other three all shot towards the jade slip in Yi Chunfeng's hand. If Yi Chunfeng obtained the greatest secret of the Xianming cave, the Xianming extreme way, then they would never be able to make a comeback. Top-quality heaven-class soul skill, Tyrant Emperor's Seal. When Yi Chunfeng released his soul power into the Jade Scroll, he realized that it recorded a terrifyingly powerful giant handprint. However, it still didn't pique his interest. Senior Brother Su, is the Jade Scroll in your hand the mysterious underworld extreme way? The sexy lady in red bit her alluring lips as she looked at Yi Chunfeng and asked in a fawning manner. No, this Jade Scroll records the top-quality heaven-class soul skill, Tyrant Emperor's Seal. Yi Chunfeng shook his head and answered honestly. Top-quality heaven-class soul skill. The lady in red's eyes brightened as she asked expectantly, Senior Brother Su, do you need this Tyrant Emperor's Seal? If you don't, can you give it to me? Sure. Yi Chunfeng nodded happily. He gave the Tyrant Emperor's Seal to the lady in red under the envious gazes of Shui Emosang and the others. Thank you, Senior Brother Su. If you need anything in the future, feel free to look for me. As long as I can do it, I will definitely satisfy Senior Brother Su. After receiving the Tyrant Emperor's Seal Cultivation Jade Scroll, the lady in red was overjoyed. She winked at Yi Chunfeng and spoke in an extremely seductive manner. Her charming appearance caused one's imagination to run wild, and made Shui Emosang and the others even more jealous. The woman in the red dress took the Tyrant Emperor's Seal and left. Yi Chunfeng didn't pay any attention to Shui Emosang and the others who had extremely gloomy expressions. He returned to his original position and continued controlling the God-Eater brain to deduce the illusory Tao insight contained within the profound netherworld wall as he waited for the profound netherworld extreme Tao to appear. Motherf *Ker, just what kind of fortuitous encounter did Su Mingwei get? How did his strength grow to such a level in just a few short years? Shui Emosang clenched his fists tightly as he cried out in dissatisfaction in his heart. Just as the three of them were cursing Yi Chunfeng in their hearts, the Xianming wall once again shone with a blinding white light, illuminating the pitch-black space. Two streaks of white light shot out like meteors towards them. Bloodline ignition. Qi and blood ignition. Seeing the two terrifying white lights flying towards them, Shui Emosang and the other two no longer held back. They all used their trump cards and unleashed their full power to block the white light. Just as the three of them tried their best to dispel the illusion, the terrifying white light broke through the barrier and disappeared into the black space. Damn it, why is it like this? Are we really going to end up empty-handed? After failing to block the white lights again, Shui Emosang and the other two's hearts fell to the bottom. At this moment, they no longer had extravagant hopes of obtaining the profound netherworld extreme Tao. They only had extravagant hopes of obtaining the supreme-grade heaven-class soul skill. Even if they obtained a high-grade heaven-class soul skill, they could accept it. If they ended up empty-handed, not only would they become a laughingstock, but they would also miss out on such a great opportunity. Shui Emosang and the other two were desperately trying to obtain the heaven-class soul skill. On the other hand, Yi Chunfeng seemed to have forgotten about time and place. He was motionless like a statue as he controlled the God-Eater brain to deduce the illusory Tao insight contained within the profound netherworld wall. After the God-Eater brain's high-speed deduction, the God-Eater brain successfully imprinted and comprehended 16 illusory Tao patterns. In addition to the 20 illusory Tao patterns that he comprehended in the misty illusion realm earlier, his illusory Tao insight was almost at the 4th level. At this moment, the 3-day period was about to end. The sinister aura in the profound netherworld cave had reached an extremely terrifying level, but the mid-grade profound netherworld extreme Tao had yet to appear. The 3-day period is up. Let's go. Shui Mo sang, who was unwilling to accept the fact that he only obtained a high-grade heaven-class soul skill, felt more and more sinister aura seeping into his body. He was faintly unable to withstand it and had signs of eruption. He didn't dare to stay for long. He looked resentfully at Yi Chunfeng, who was sitting cross-legged on the ground without moving, and left with Chao Yun and Jing Ziki. Sensing that Shui Mo sang and the other two had left together, Yi Chunfeng opened his eyes and revealed a trace of hesitation. He was hesitating if he should leave the profound netherworld cave on the day of the deadline. But when he thought about how he was about to comprehend the illusory Tao insight to the 4th level, and the profound netherworld extreme Tao, which was the greatest secret of the profound netherworld cave, had yet to appear, he decided to take the risk and stay behind to continue comprehending the illusory Tao insight. Soon enough, Yi Chunfeng, who was sitting cross-legged, was engulfed by the pitch-black sinister aura. A large amount of sinister aura was like maggots that crazily seeped into his body through his pores. However, under the burning of the black flame skyfire, the increasingly dense sinister aura was unable to threaten Yi Chunfeng. He dismissed all distracting thoughts and focused on comprehending the illusory Tao insight. Why are the 3 of you the only ones out? Where's Su Mingwei? Why didn't he come out with you? Shui Yurua arrived outside the profound netherworld cave as soon as the 3 days were up. But when she saw that Shui Mo sang and the other 3 had left the profound netherworld cave on schedule except for Su Mingwei, whom she had high hopes for, her face instantly turned gloomy as she asked softly. Su Mingwei is still waiting for the profound netherworld extreme Tao to appear in the profound netherworld cave. He didn't come out with us. Shui Mo sang revealed a trace of coldness that was hard to detect as he reported. Sect Lord, will senior brother Su be in danger? Thanks to Yi Chunfeng's kindness, the red-dressed lady who obtained the Overlord's seal asked nervously. Sigh, isn't Su Mingwei too bold? He actually turned a deaf ear to my warning. Shui Yurua sighed softly and said with some annoyance, the danger in the profound netherworld cave is not something you can imagine. He might lose his life in the profound netherworld cave if he acts so recklessly. Then what should we do? Sect Lord, do you have a way to save senior brother Su? If anything happens to him, it will be a great loss to our profound netherworld sect. The red-dressed lady asked in a panic. I don't have a way. Shui Yurua shook her head and said, now is the time when the sinister aura in the profound netherworld cave is the densest. With my strength, there might be an accident if I enter the profound netherworld cave. So, the only one who can save him is himself. Upon hearing Shui Yurua's words, Shui Mo sang and the other 2, who were jealous of her talent and strength, smiled at the same time. In their opinion, it would be best if Yi Chunfeng died in the profound netherworld cave. Alright, the 4 of you can leave first. Cultivate the inheritance you obtained well and strive to achieve good results in the upcoming martial arts competition in the Dragon Lake Sacred City. Shui Yurua said softly. Yes, Sect Lord. Shui Mo sang and the other 3 obeyed and left with different feelings. Illusory Tao intent, 4th heaven. Not long after the 4 of them left, Yi Chunfeng finally comprehended the 20 illusory Tao patterns in the profound netherworld wall under the God-Eater Brain's rapid deduction. His illusory Tao intent had reached the 4th heaven realm. However, the moment he comprehended the secret of the profound netherworld wall, a strange phenomenon occurred. A large number of intents appeared in the profound netherworld wall and transformed into a strange human figure. With a shocking murderous aura, it suddenly launched a fatal attack on Yi Chunfeng. Mobile reading site, book address. For the convenience of your next reading, you can click on the Collect button at the bottom to record this reading record. You will be able to see it the next time you open the bookshelf. Please recommend this book to your friends, QQ, blog, WeChat, etc. Thank you for your support. Chapter 531. Wind riding technique. After suffering the sudden attack, Yi Chunfeng suddenly opened his eyes. His entire body turned into a hurricane and instantly vanished from the spot, dodging the fatal attack from the human figure. How can this be? Why did a person suddenly appear from the mysterious dark wall? Yi Chunfeng, who dodged to midair, looked at the human figure shrouded in darkness. It didn't have a human face and was emitting a fatal aura. He revealed a shocked expression. After the sneak attack failed, the human figure continued to attack. A power that made Yi Chunfeng feel suffocated was released from his body. It twisted the black space and blasted at Yi Chunfeng. Sword Dao intent, Thunder Dao intent. Sensing the terrifying attack from the human figure, the sword and thunder Dao patterns shot out from his body and quickly fused together, forming a light sword that could cleave the sky and split the earth. Flying Immortal Sword. Yi Chunfeng used his hand as a sword and slashed out forcefully. The light sword that was fused with two Dao intents slashed down like mercury and cleaved at the human figure's attack. Boom, boom, boom. The two powerful attacks clashed and burst out with astonishing destructive power that pervaded the black space. In merely 2 breaths of time, the flying celestial sword that Yi Chunfeng had unleashed was shattered by the attack launched by the humanoid figure. The powerful remnant force ruthlessly bombarded Yi Chunfeng, forcing him to quickly dodge. The moment he dodged, the human figure continued to attack and started to mobilize the black spatial power. A giant whirlpool appeared above Yi Chunfeng's head and released a large amount of distorting power. It locked onto Yi Chunfeng and attacked him while slowing down his dodging speed. Divine Devil Bloodline Ignition, Divine Devil Body. After being locked onto by the spatial whirlpool, Yi Chunfeng didn't hesitate to burn his Divine Devil Bloodline. A violent and explosive power was released from his body. In the blink of an eye, Yi Chunfeng transformed into his Divine Devil Body. His body expanded by 1 size, and his physical body became extremely horrifying. More than 20 million kilograms of power filled his body and constantly shattered the distorting power that was attacking his body. Flame Dragon World Annihilation. His physical strength had reached the limit. The Sword Dao pattern and Thunder Dao pattern surged out of his body again. They turned into 9 ferocious and domineering flaming dragons, which whizzed into the spatial whirlpool. The explosive Dao will and 20 million kilograms of force tore apart the power of distortion. Crisscrossing cracks appeared in the space vortex, illuminating the dark space. Whoosh! When Yi Chunfeng's attack tore through space, an ear-piercing sound rang out. The avatar burst forth at full speed and appeared in front of Yi Chunfeng, launching a ferocious attack at close range. Yi Chunfeng didn't show any signs of weakness when facing the tidal wave of attacks from the human figures. The Heaven Dao pattern, Sword Dao pattern, Thunder Dao pattern, and Fire Dao pattern gushed out from his body and revolved around him. They transformed into sharp attacks and ferocious counterattacks. Boss, the one in front of you doesn't seem to be a human. It's the manifestation of a powerful force. As Yi Chunfeng and the Avatar fought intensely, the Chaos Divine Beast sensed something was amiss and informed him of his thoughts. I know. He is the manifestation of the mysterious underworld wall. Furthermore, I have a feeling that this Avatar has something to do with the middle-grade Dao technique, Mysterious Underworld Extreme Dao. Yi Chunfeng replied telepathically. It can't be. That mysterious underworld extreme Dao is so strange, the Chaos Divine Beast said in astonishment. I waited until the end, but I didn't see the mysterious underworld extreme Dao. This is very abnormal. I think it must be because I didn't find where the mysterious underworld extreme Dao is hidden. In this space, the most mysterious thing is the mysterious underworld wall. Therefore, the mysterious underworld extreme Dao might be hidden in the mysterious underworld wall. And this avatar should be a test for the mysterious underworld extreme Dao, Yi Chunfeng analyzed with a voice transmission. Boss, do you want me to help you defeat this avatar? After a period of recuperation, the Chaos Divine Beast, who had recovered from a portion of his injuries, asked, "No need. I can deal with him myself." As he spoke, Yi Chunfeng ignited his dragon bloodline and summoned 5 killing halos, further increasing his strength and attack. 7 Swords of Judgment Eclipse. Yi Chunfeng roared. A scarlet sword of light, which was like a scorching sun, brought along an invincible sword might. It was like the sea was overturning the world. It tore through space and cleaved at the Avatar. The terrifying Eclipse sword shattered his attack and broke through his body's defenses. It heavily struck his body and sent him flying. His body, which was covered in cracks, slammed heavily into the mysterious underworld wall behind him. Buzz. The moment the Avatar was hit, a blinding white light shot out from the mysterious underworld wall. It distorted space and attacked Yi Chunfeng. Great Sun Sky Fire Fist. After being attacked by the mysterious underworld wall, Yi Chunfeng didn't dodge. Instead, he met it head-on. 20 million pounds of force, black flame skyfire, and fire Tao patterns fused into his fist. He blasted out a fist radiance that was like a scorching sun and clashed with the mysterious underworld white light. Boom! The 2 powerful attacks collided with each other, erupting with an astonishing amount of power. The Great Sun Sky Fire Fist, which was like a blazing sun, shattered the mysterious underworld white light like a hot knife through butter. The remaining power didn't diminish as it blasted towards the Avatar, forcing him to dodge quickly. The Avatar dodged the Great Sun Sky Fire Fist, but the mysterious underworld wall received the attack head-on. The white light that was released was completely dispersed. The smooth mirror-like wall had a slight tremor. Golden Rock Bloodline Ignition. Yi Chunfeng quickly ignited the 3rd bloodline in his body and increased his flying speed to the limit. He then launched a ferocious attack on the Avatar that was severely injured. The extremely sharp sword radiance and the fist radiance that was filled with 20 million pounds of force and the power of slaughter continuously bombarded the Avatar's body. They completely suppressed his attacks and aggravated his injuries. His body was covered in cracks. Seeing that the Avatar was going to be destroyed by Yi Chunfeng's ferocious attacks, the Avatar let out a shaky voice. Boundless light shot out from his body, causing his entire body to turn illusory. Mysterious Underworld Extreme Tao. The Avatar suddenly disappeared. A large number of illusion Tao patterns turned into reality. The attack that was filled with destructive power was like a roaring dragon as it blasted towards Yi Chunfeng. Buzz. The moment Yi Chunfeng's eyes locked onto the mysterious underworld extreme Tao, a large number of illusions appeared in his eyes and confused his consciousness. However, Yi Chunfeng had comprehended the illusion Tao intent to the 4th heaven. In less than a breath, he regained his consciousness and immediately counterattacked. 7 Swords of Judgment, Sky Shattering. Several Tao intents merged into the sovereign weapon. The sword slashed out and swept across the heaven and earth. The terrifying sky-shattering sword tore the sea of clouds in the sky and stirred up chaos in the sky. As far as the eye could see, the sky seemed to have been completely shattered by this sword. The terrifying spatial crack extended for tens of thousands of feet. For a moment, the heaven and earth changed color. Thunder roared and divine prowess shook the sky. The 2 mid-grade Tao skills collided and violently repelled each other. The destructive power that was produced engulfed the heaven and earth and attacked Yi Chunfeng's body, shattering the mysterious underworld extreme Tao. After about 10 breaths, the sky-shattering sword tore the mysterious underworld extreme Tao apart. The entire space was in chaos. It has been 60,000 years. Finally, someone has passed the test. You are now qualified to comprehend the mysterious underworld extreme Tao. However, you only have 10 days to comprehend it. After 10 days, regardless of whether you can comprehend the mysterious underworld extreme Tao or not, you will have to leave this place. After speaking, the mysterious underworld wall shot out a ray of illusory light and poured into Yi Qinfeng's mind. It turned into an extremely complex mental cultivation method that rapidly circulated in his mind. This mental cultivation method was the cultivation method of the mysterious underworld Extreme Tao. Mobile reading site, book address. For the convenience of your next reading, you can click on the Collect button at the bottom to record this reading record. You will be able to see it the next time you open the bookshelf. Please recommend this book to your friends, QQ, blog, WeChat, etc. Thank you for your support. Chapter 532. It turns out that the Xianming Extreme Way is a middle-grade Dao skill that uses the illusion Dao Will as its foundation and several attack Dao Will as its supplement. The more Dao Will that is integrated into it, the more powerful the Xianming Extreme Way will be. Yi Qinfeng quickly skimmed through the Xianming Extreme Dao's cultivation mantra. He had a preliminary understanding of the Xianming Extreme Dao. He got rid of all distracting thoughts and began to control the God-Eater brain to comprehend the mantra and quickly deduce it. Time passed quickly as Yi Qinfeng comprehended. It has been 5 days. Why hasn't Su Mingwei come out yet? Did he really meet with an accident and die in there? Shui Yuruo, who was burning with anxiety, had been waiting outside the Xianming cave for 5 days. However, Yi Qinfeng was nowhere to be seen. This made her more and more anxious and worried. She kept pacing outside the Xianming cave. The reason why Shui Yuruo was so worried about Yi Qinfeng was not that she cared about his life. She was afraid that if something happened to him and his mysterious combat beast Emperor Master knew about it, it would bring a devastating disaster to the Xianming cave. Just as Shui Yuruo was waiting anxiously, the communication pearl in her arms suddenly lit up. When she heard the voice from the communication pearl, she was overjoyed. She quickly left the Xianming cave, gathered the experts of the Xianming sect, and went to the Xianming sect's gate. Screech! There was a piercing cry of a bird. 3 golden-crowned black eagles with a wingspan of more than 10 meters, black feathers as sharp as swords, and crown-like sarcomas on their heads broke through the sky and flew over at an extremely fast speed. Sect leader. Who is the envoy from the Western Devil sect? The great elder of the Xianming sect looked at the 3 black eagles that were flying closer and asked Shui Yuruo softly. She was overjoyed and there was a hint of expectation between her eyebrows. This time, it is the great guardian Mo Longyuan. Shui Yuruo's beautiful eyes were filled with charm as she said softly. As she spoke, the 3 golden-crowned black eagles flew over quickly with a gust of wind and landed at the Xianming sect's gate. Mo Longyuan, who was wearing a black robe with golden edges, was the first to jump off the black eagle. He walked over slowly with 4 experts of the Western Devil sect. When he saw Shui Yuruo, who was wearing a green silk dress, had a plump figure, and exuded a mature charm from head to toe, his eyes immediately lit up with desire. If Yi Qinfeng had been here, he would have recognized Mo Longyuan as the person who had tried to kill him in the North Sea Prefecture. In the end, Mo Longyuan had been the one who had used the formation map and chaos divine beasts to injure him. Grand Protector, you're finally here. Shui Yuruo revealed a charming smile. With a fragrance wafting from her body, she quickly walked up to him and said in a sweet voice, Yuruo, I've brought you the 5 dragon abyss tokens you wanted. How are you going to thank me? Mo Longyuan did not hide the lust in his eyes as he looked at Shui Yuruo's voluptuous body and said lecherously, Ha ha ha, I've said it before. As long as the Great Guardian helps my Dark Underworld sect obtain 5 spots to participate in the Longyuan Sacred City Martial Competition, I will definitely repay you well. Shui Yuruo's red lips parted slightly, and the seductive red color attracted Mo Longyuan so much that he had an impulse to kiss her. Haha, Yuruo, you really suit my taste. Mo Longyuan laughed and said with satisfaction, The banquet is ready. Grand Protector and the 4 messengers, please come in. Having said that, Shui Yuruo turned around slightly. Her sexy waist swayed gently as she led Mo Longyuan and the other 4 messengers into the dark underworld sect. After eating and drinking to his heart's content, Mo Longyuan, who was slightly drunk, hugged Shui Yorua's sexy body and came to her courtyard beside the lake. The 4 messengers from the Western Demon sect were also accompanied by the beautiful female disciples of the dark underworld sect. They came to the prepared guest rooms and enjoyed the service of the beauties. Yorua, in order to get these 5 dragon abyss tokens for you, I have spent a lot of effort. If you don't serve me well today, I won't let you off. Walking into Shui Yorua's room, which was emitting a faint fragrance, Mo Longyuan smiled evilly and pressed Shui Yorua against the wall. His big hands touched her hot body roughly. Don't worry, Grand Protector. Yorua will definitely satisfy you. I will remember this day forever. However, before your serves Grand Protector, I have one more thing to ask of you. Shui Yorua said coquettishly. Her red lips parted slightly as she gasped for breath. What is it? The impatient Mo Longyuan frowned slightly and asked unhappily. His big hands had already reached into Shui Yorua's clothes. A few days ago, Yorua almost died in the dark underworld mountain range. Shui Yorua endured Mo Longyuan's rough hands and told Mo Longyuan about the capture of the tree demon and the appearance of the mysterious expert who snatched the tree core away. She also told him about Su Mingwei and his mysterious combat beast Emperor Master. She wanted to borrow Mo Longyuan's power to eliminate all the potential dangers around the dark underworld sect. A level 3 reverse beast king killed a half-step combat beast emperor tree demon. Are you sure that person didn't hide his true strength? Because he had not seen it with his own eyes, Mo Longyuan did not believe that there would be such a talented peerless genius in the dark underworld mountain range. I don't think that person hid his true strength. After all, with his strength, there is no point in hiding his true strength in front of us, Shui Yorua said softly. She was still scared when she thought about how Yi Chunfeng destroyed the tree demon with a single punch. Alright, don't be a wet blanket. As long as you serve me well, I will help the dark underworld sect eliminate all the potential dangers. Mo Longyuan was aroused by Shui Yorua's seductive body. He could not help but want to do her on the spot. He, then I will leave everything to you, Grand Protector. As Shui Yorua spoke, she cast a seductive glance at Mo Longyuan and gently pushed him away. Then, she stretched her hands to the back of her neck and slowly undid the buttons one by one, revealing her fair and tender skin, sexy collarbone, and charming curves. However, at this moment, a deafening ape roar resounded. It reverberated through the heavens and earth and shook the surroundings. The powerful energy wave caused the ground to tremble. What's that sound? Mo Longyuan, who was burning with lust, trembled. He looked at Shui Yorua, whose expression changed greatly, and asked in a low voice. I don't know. Shui Yorua stopped unbuttoning her clothes and said with a pale face. Grand Protector, let's go and take a look. It seems that something has really happened to the dark underworld sect. Thinking of what had happened to the dark underworld sect recently, Shui Yorua's heart was in a mess. She grabbed Mo Longyuan's arm tightly and begged, Grand Protector, as long as you help the dark underworld sect get rid of the crisis, I promise to serve you well for a few days. I will do whatever you want. Motherf *Ker, I want to see who dares to behave atrociously in the profound underworld sect. I'm going to break his neck and grind his bones into dust. Mo Longyuan, whose mood was interrupted, was furious as he roared furiously. After speaking, Mo Longyuan quickly tidied up his clothes and left the room with Shui Yorua, whose face was slightly flushed. He followed the ape roar that was still lingering in the air and rushed over with a murderous look. That seems to be the courtyard where Su Mingwei is practicing. How could the sound come from there? Could it be that the sound just now was made by Su Mingwei's mysterious master? He knows that something has happened to Su Mingwei. Thinking of the possibility, Shui Yorua trembled. Her face turned pale, and her heart was in a mess. However, when Mo Longyuan, who was full of rage, tore the restriction formation in the courtyard, Shui Yoruo was stunned. She had never dreamed that the person who had made the earth-shaking roar was not Su Mingwei's mysterious combat beast emperor master, but Ling Yu, who was beside him and was a handyman disciple of the dark underworld sect. If you want to see Shui Yoruo, please add her WeChat public account, YLTY83. I will send you photos of Shui Yoruo soon. Mobile reading website, book address. In order to make it easier for you to read it next time, you can click on the Save button at the bottom to record this reading record. You can see it when you open the bookshelf next time. Please recommend this book to your friends, QQ, blog, WeChat, etc. Thank you for your support. Chapter 533. What a pure bloodline power! How can a human's bloodline power be so strong? Looking at the divine ape's shadow in the spiritual fish's petite body and feeling the bloodline power released from her body, Mo Longyuan's eyes widened in disbelief. No, there's something wrong with her body. She doesn't seem to be a human. Having cultivated for more than 1,000 years, Mo Longyuan, who was experienced and knowledgeable, knew the secrets of the spiritual fish's body. His gloomy face revealed a surprised expression. He looked at Shui Yoruo beside him and asked, "Who is she?" "She's spiritual fish, a servant disciple of the Xianming sect." Because of Su Mingwei, Shui Yoruo had investigated the spiritual fish and knew her identity. Servant disciple, Mo Longyuan smiled and said, "I'm very interested in her. This time, I'm going to take her with me. Do you have any objections? It's her fortune to be able to follow the great guardian. I have no objections." In order to please Mo Longyuan, Shui Yoruo agreed without hesitation. She didn't care about the spiritual fish's life. Ha ha ha, I didn't expect to gain so much from this trip. This trip is really worth it. Feeling the pure bloodline power in the spiritual fish's body, Mo Longyuan laughed excitedly. He had a feeling that if he could take the spirit fish with him, lock her up, and absorb her primordial yin and the power of her bloodline, he would have a great chance of breaking through the most difficult step and becoming a peerless emperor. Just as Mo Longyuan was immersed in his beautiful fantasy, the spiritual fish, who had consumed the 1,000-year-old spiritual herbs left by Yi Chenfeng, had further awakened the golden eye divine ape's bloodline and reached the level of a level 3 reverse beast king, sensed danger. Her petite body burst out with amazing power, and she suddenly tried to break out. "Why do you want to run?" When Mo Longyuan saw that the spiritual fish wanted to escape, the corners of his mouth curled up slightly, revealing a cold smile. His body flashed slightly, drawing a shadow in the air and intercepting the spiritual fish. 10 million pounds of strength. After the second awakening of the golden eye divine ape's bloodline, the spiritual fish had 10 million pounds of strength, which was enough to fight against a level 6 reverse beast king. When she activated the power of her bloodline and channeled all the strength in her body into her fist, the terrifying power made Mo Longyuan feel suffocated. The spirit fish's punch was filled with an unparalleled explosive force, and it directly pierced through Mo Longyuan's chest, forcing him to quickly place his palms in front of his chest, blocking her punch head-on. Boom! The spirit fish's punch landed on Mo Longyuan's overlapping fist. Instantly, a force of 10 million Jin erupted. The terrifying force passed through Mo Longyuan's palm and into his arms, causing his arms to go numb. His body uncontrollably retreated, leaving behind 10 deep footprints on the hard ground. What kind of physique does this spiritual fish have? How can she be so strong? Witnessing this scene, Shui Yoruo's eyes widened in disbelief. She was in a daze. Could it be that the spirit fish is also related to Su Mingwei's mysterious master? Thinking that the spirit fish was very close to Su Mingwei, who had suddenly emerged, Shui Yoruo couldn't help but connect the two together. A trace of uneasiness arose in her heart. However, when she thought of Mo Long Yuan's identity and background, the uneasiness in her heart lessened a lot. At this time, she made up her mind to get close to Mo Long Yuan at all costs, and thus get close to the West Devil sect. What a powerful force! Being pushed back by the spirit fish's punch, Mo Long Yuan wasn't shocked but delighted. The more powerful the spirit fish was, the more it proved how pure and terrifying her bloodline was. At this time, he felt that the spirit fish was more attractive to him than Shui Yoruo. He couldn't wait to capture the spirit fish, take away her primordial yin, and absorb her pure bloodline power. Bloodline ignition. 100 Soul Blood Demon Blade. Mo Long Yuan roared, and his spiritual beast bloodline instantly burned. The 100 Soul Blood Demon Blade, a middle-grade heaven artifact, appeared in his hand. A blood-red saber light traversed the void and intercepted the spirit fish that was trying to break through the encirclement. Being attacked by the 100 Soul Blood Demon Blade, the spirit fish knew that she was in danger, so she didn't slow down. She once again unleashed the force of 10 million Jin. Moving at high speed like a meteor, she slammed into the blood-red saber light. Kacha, the blood-red saber light, was shattered by the spirit fish's ferocious collision. She exerted strength in her legs and jumped up high, wanting to cross Mo Long Yuan and escape. Black Wheel of Death. The moment the spirit fish leaped into the air, 10 dark Dao patterns gushed out from Mo Long Yuan's body and transformed into the Black Wheel of Death. It pierced through the sky and attacked the spirit fish, not giving her a chance to escape. Boom. 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 After being attacked by the 10 black wheels of death, the spirit fish continued to unleash the force of 10 million Jin and attacked the black wheels of death that were close to her. Terrifying collision sounds echoed in the air, stirring up a fireworks-like airflow. Due to the huge commotion caused by the fight between the spirit fish and Mo Long Yuan, the entire mystic underworld sect was alerted. Many people heard the commotion and rushed over. That seems to be the spirit fish. Elder Chu, who was in the crowd, saw the spirit fish stepping on the void and unleashing shocking fist lights. His small eyes widened as he couldn't believe what he was seeing. Just a few days ago, the spirit fish was still a submissive little girl who allowed him to bully her. But after not seeing her for a few days, she actually had the strength to fight with Mo Long Yuan, who was a half-step combat beast emperor, and she wasn't at a disadvantage. Such a huge contrast made Elder Chu feel as though he was in a dream. It also made him feel a lingering fear. Don't make any unnecessary struggles. Stay here obediently. After condensing the Black Wheel of Death to entangle the spirit fish, Mo Long Yuan condensed his soul wings and flew into the air with extreme speed. He wielded the 100 Soul Blood Demon Blade and slashed out streaks of blood-red saber light, attacking the spirit fish fiercely. He wanted to seal off her escape route. After being attacked by Mo Long Yuan's concentrated saber light, the spirit fish, who was in danger, still didn't retreat. Instead, she forcefully executed the golden-eyed divine ape's inherited ability. Star-seizing fist. The spirit fish gathered all her strength and blasted out a punch. The air in front of her exploded from this punch. A huge hand that seemed to be holding a star appeared out of nowhere. It carried an astonishing destructive power and fiercely bombarded the crisscrossing blood-red saber light. Crack! Crack! Layers of blood-red saber light were smashed by the star-seizing fist. The powerful energy fluctuation caused the heaven and earth to change. The terrifying aftershock even forced Mo Long Yuan to retreat. 8 Divine Ape Shadows. After using the star-seizing fist to force Mo Long Yuan back, the spirit fish, who fell to the ground, immediately executed the divine ape's inherited footwork. Her entire body turned into an afterimage and rapidly fled. Myriad transformations. Black Lotus. Mo Long Yuan quickly stabilized his body. 10 Dao patterns of darkness transformed into a black lotus. With extreme speed, it blasted towards the spirit fish that was trying to break out of the encirclement. Boom! When the myriad transformations Black Lotus got close to the spirit fish, it exploded. A powerful demonic aura instantly spread out and engulfed the spirit fish. It greatly slowed down her escape speed and damaged her body. Great demon-slaying dragon blade. When the spirit fish relied on her physical defense to tear apart the violent demonic aura and break free, Mo Longyuan instantly fused with the 100 Souls Blood Demon Blade and turned into a demonic dragon-like saber light. He heavily slashed towards the spirit fish. Caught off guard, the spirit fish was struck by Mo Longyuan's great demon-slaying dragon blade. Her powerful physical defense was broken, and her entire body was almost split open. A large amount of blood sprayed out from the wounds on her body. She fell heavily on the ground and was severely injured. Mobile reading website, book address. For the convenience of your next reading, you can click on the Save button at the bottom to record this reading record. You will be able to see it the next time you open the bookshelf. Please recommend this book to your friends, QQ, blog, WeChat, etc. Thank you for your support. Chapter 534. Something happened to the spirit fish. The moment the spirit fish was injured by Mo Longyuan's demon-slaying dragon blade, the soul imprint that Yi Chunfeng left on her body shattered. Yi Chunfeng, who was in the mysterious underworld cave, quickly deduced and comprehended the mysterious underworld extreme Tao, immediately sensed it. After 5 days of comprehension, he had basically grasped the true essence of the mysterious underworld extreme Tao. He was just waiting to master it in practice. No matter who it is, anyone who dares to hurt the spirit fish is dead meat. Yi Chunfeng's eyes revealed a trace of ruthlessness. He stood up decisively and left the space where the mysterious underworld wall was. He quickly flew out of the mysterious underworld cave. Golden-eyed blood ape's bloodline completely ignite. Yi Chunfeng had not appeared for a long time, and the severely injured spirit fish knew that she could only rely on herself. She did not care about the price and completely ignited her bloodline power. Ignoring the injuries on her body, she once again blasted out the star-seizing fist towards Mo Longyuan. Just as Mo Longyuan dodged the star-seizing fist, the spirit fish quickly jumped up and cleverly rushed towards the mysterious underworld sect's disciples who were hiding in the distance. She wanted to escape from the mysterious underworld sect amidst the chaos. Not good, quickly dodge. The spirit fish rode on the 8 divine ape shadows and rushed over. Dozens of mysterious underworld sect's experts were frightened and quickly dodged to the side. For a moment the scene was completely chaotic. If you don't want to die, scram. Otherwise, don't blame me for being merciless. When Mo Longyuan saw the spirit fish charging into the chaotic crowd, he roared furiously and ordered loudly. Streaks of blood-red saber light continuously slashed down, attacking the spirit fish that was moving around. Although the spirit fish was severely injured, the 8 divine ape shadows were extremely profound. Relying on the speed of the 8 divine ape shadows, she dodged Mo Longyuan's blood-colored blade lights and fled towards the mysterious underworld sect. Several mysterious underworld sect's disciples were unable to dodge the blood-colored blade lights and died on the spot. Fresh blood splattered all over the ground. What are you all in a daze for? Quickly stop her. If she escapes, I will not forgive you all. Mo Longyuan did not expect that the spiritual fish would still escape even after he tried his best to stop it. He was furious and ordered loudly. Hearing Mo Longyuan's roar, the 4 West Devil Sect's experts, Shui Yoroa, and the others quickly condensed their soul wings and chased after the spiritual fish that had escaped from the profound Nether sect and entered the profound Nether mountain range. Where did Brother Chunfeng go? Why hasn't he come to save me yet? Although the spiritual fish had killed her way out of the Xianming sect, the destructive power of the great demon Slay Dragon Slash was extremely strong, causing her to be severely injured. She also lost more and more blood. Gradually, a trace of dizziness appeared in her mind, and her movement speed became slower and slower. Gradually, Mo Longyuan, who was chasing her relentlessly, caught up with her and closed the distance between them. Canyon. The spiritual fish endured its injuries and ran for more than an hour in the mysterious dark mountain range. Not far away, it discovered a valley covered by layers of clouds. It gritted its teeth and jumped down. Humph! You think you can escape from me by jumping into the valley? You are too naive. Mo Long Yuan's powerful soul had already locked onto the spiritual fish. Her every move was under Mo Long Yuan's control. Sensing that the spiritual fish had jumped into the bottomless canyon, Mo Long Yuan flapped his blood-red soul wings and chased after her with extreme speed. Bang! The spiritual fish fell heavily into the valley, creating a huge pit that was more than 10 meters deep in the damp ground. A large amount of blood sprayed out from her mouth and body. Just when the spiritual fish struggled to climb out of the huge pit and used the complicated terrain at the bottom of the valley to continue escaping, a blood-red blade light descended from the sky and ruthlessly slashed at her, intercepting her. I said, "Don't make any unnecessary struggle. You can't escape from my palm." Mo Long Yuan flapped his blood-red soul wings and flew in the air. He looked at the severely injured spiritual fish and said ferociously, "You evil person! Brother Qingfeng will definitely avenge me and kill you." Looking at the fiendish Mo Long Yuan and feeling his fiery gaze, the spiritual fish was scared and struggled to shout. "Ah! Kill me!" Mo Long Yuan laughed arrogantly and said, "Wait for me to take away your primordial yin and suck your blood dry. Wait for him to come find me for revenge." After saying that, Mo Long Yuan sped up and flew towards the frightened spiritual fish. He wanted to seriously injure her and take away her precious primordial yin. Looking at Mo Long Yuan, who was flying closer and closer, the severely injured spiritual fish clenched her teeth and wanted to fight with all her strength. In her mind, she even had thoughts of suicide. But at this moment, a familiar voice entered the spiritual fish's ears. It made her highly concentrated mind relax. Her pale face also revealed a flower-like smile. The next moment, an ear-piercing sound rang out. Mo Long Yuan, who was flying at high speed, only felt a blur in front of his eyes. A blurry figure appeared in front of the spiritual fish and faced him head-on. In a flash, Mo Long Yuan did not have time to think. He poured all his soul power into the 100-soul blood demon blade and slashed it with irresistible force. Facing the attack of the 100-soul blood demon blade, Yi Chunfeng, who had arrived in time, did not dodge. He stretched out his right hand and grabbed the blade. Filled with thousands of pounds of strength, his right hand, which was as hard as a high-grade heaven tool, directly grabbed the 100-soul blood demon blade and shattered the terrifying blood-red blade light. What? Witnessing the scene of the 100-soul blood demon blade being caught by someone else, Mo Long Yuan's heart was in turmoil. However, when he raised his head to look at Yi Chunfeng, who had regained his original appearance, and saw his familiar appearance, a shock that came from the depths of his soul completely occupied his body. So much so that his mind went blank. He opened his mouth wide and did not say a word for a long time. Mo Long Yuan, we meet again. Looking at Mo Long Yuan, who was in a daze and looked as if he had seen a ghost, Yi Chunfeng's lips curled up slightly, revealing a sinister smile. "You, how could it be you? How could you have such terrifying strength?" Mo Long Yuan could never imagine that Yi Chunfeng, who was chased by him back then and almost lost his life, only used a few years to grow to a level that made him tremble in fear. Mo Long Yuan, let's settle the old and new debts together today. As he spoke, billowing soul power and thousands of pounds of strength poured into Yi Chunfeng's right hand. His right hand suddenly exerted strength, and under Mo Long Yuan's fearful gaze, he forcefully crushed the mid-grade heaven tool, 100-soul blood demon blade. Rank 3 Reverse Beast King. Sensing Yi Chunfeng's strength, Mo Long Yuan suddenly opened his eyes wide. He thought of something and said in horror, "Could it be that the monster who smashed the half-step combat beast Emperor Tree Demon a few days ago was you?" Congratulations, you guessed it right. That person was me. In Yi Chenfeng's eyes, Mo Longyuan was already a dead man, so he admitted it very frankly. Blood escape. After confirming Yi Chenfeng's identity, Mo Longyuan was scared out of his wits. Without thinking, he decisively burned his blood and used the blood escape to break out of the encirclement. Xian Ming Extreme Dao. The moment Mo Longyuan used the blood escape, Yi Chenfeng's body flashed slightly and intercepted him. He used the Xian Ming Extreme Dao that he had just comprehended. The Illusion Dao pattern, Heaven Dao pattern, Sword Dao pattern, Thunder Dao pattern, and Fire Dao pattern fused together and turned into a dragon-like destructive attack. It released a powerful illusion and bombarded Mo Longyuan. Buzz. After receiving the Xian Ming Extreme Dao attack, Mo Longyuan was affected by the Illusion Dao pattern, and his reaction speed was slightly delayed. When he came back to his senses, the Xian Ming Extreme Dao that carried astonishing destructive power had landed heavily on his body. The terrifying power of the Extreme Dao shattered his body's defenses as easily as crushing dry weeds and smashing rotten wood, directly killing him. Mobile reading website, book address. In order to make it easier for you to read next time, you can click Save at the bottom to record this reading record. You will be able to see it the next time you open the bookshelf. Please recommend this book to your friends, QQ, blog, WeChat, etc. Thank you for your support. Chapter 535. Ling Yu, I have been cultivating in the mysterious underworld cave recently. Sorry for being late. After using the mysterious underworld Extreme Dao to kill Mo Longyuan, Yi Chenfeng immediately came to the side of the severely injured Ling Yu. He took out 2 heaven-class soul pellets and fed them to her as he apologized. Big brother Chenfeng, you don't have to blame yourself. I don't blame you. Blame those people for being too hateful. The Ling Yu shook her head and angrily glared at Mo Longyuan's corpse that tried to steal her primordial yin and suck her blood dry. Ling Yu, don't worry. I will not let those people who tried to harm you go. Go to my universe realm to heal your injuries. Yi Chenfeng softly promised. After speaking, he gave all the 1,000-year-old spiritual herbs to the Ling Yu and summoned his universe realm. He put her inside to heal her injuries. Western Devil Sect, you can go now. Yi Chenfeng put on the silver mask and controlled the Illusion Dao pattern to change his appearance. He summoned the golden rock wings and accelerated out of the valley that was covered by the sea of clouds, arriving at the mystic underworld mountain range. Strange, where did the great protector go? The 4 Western Devil Sect experts suddenly lost track of Mo Longyuan. They immediately took out their communication beads to contact him, but they were unable to reach him. Perhaps the Great Protector has already caught that little girl and is enjoying her in the forest, absorbing her primordial yin and blood. A thin Western Devil Sect expert with a centipede scar at the corner of his eye and a cold aura exuding from his body revealed a thought-provoking smile. He wasn't worried about Mo Longyuan's safety. Haha, that is very possible. The other 3 Western Devil Sect experts laughed and said enviously, "Murderous aura." Just as the 4 of them were passing through the mysterious underworld mountain range, a terrifying murderous aura locked onto them. It made their hearts tremble and their hairs stand up. In the next moment, their vision blurred and a blurry figure appeared in front of them. "Who are you?" Seeing Yi Chenfeng, who was wearing a black robe and a silver mask and emitting a sharp killing intent, the 4 Western Demon Sect experts sensed a deep sense of danger and asked cautiously, "The person who will kill you," Yi Chenfeng said without the slightest trace of emotion. Carrying a monstrous killing intent, he attacked the 4 Western Devil Sect experts. Illusory Dao Insight Bewitchment. After comprehending the mystic underworld Extreme Dao, Yi Chenfeng grasped some techniques to control the illusory Dao pattern attack. When he approached the 4 Western Devil Sect experts, 40 illusory Dao patterns gushed out from his body and confused their consciousness, causing a slight delay in their reaction. Extreme ancient heavenly lightning destroy. In the next moment, the ancient extreme heavenly lightning bolts shot out from Yi Qianfeng's body, turning into 4 extreme heavenly lightning needles. They broke through the 4's defenses and pierced through their heads, killing them on the spot. After killing the 4 people, Yi Qianfeng collected their belongings. He released the black flame heavenly fire and burned the 4 corpses into ashes. His body flashed and disappeared. Because the mystic underworld sect was related to whether he could successfully participate in the upcoming Dragon Abyss Sacred City martial meet, Yi Qianfeng didn't go on a killing spree. He quietly went to the mystic underworld cave, and with the help of the Space Devourer, he broke the restriction at the entrance of the mystic underworld cave and entered. Mystic underworld sect, I originally didn't want to deal with you, but it is a pity that you actually colluded with the Western Devil sect to harm the spirit fish. Since that is the case, don't blame me for being impolite. Yi Qianfeng's eyes flashed with ferocious light as he muttered in his heart. Bang! The restriction on Mo Long Yuan's universe ring was broken, and Yi Qianfeng's soul spirit seeped in to search for the treasures he left behind. 98 peak-grade soul crystals, over 13,000 high-grade soul crystals, and over 20 million mid-grade soul crystals. Jade Scroll? I wonder what is recorded in this Jade Scroll? Yi Qianfeng searched through Mo Long Yuan's belongings and found a large number of soul crystals, soul elixirs, 1,000-year-old spiritual items, and heaven artifacts. Finally, he found a white jade porcelain box with a dark green jade scroll sealed in it. This is the topographic map of the Western continent. Yi Qianfeng unsealed the jade box and released his soul spirit to seep into the jade scroll. He found that the jade scroll actually recorded a complete topographic map of the Western continent and revealed a puzzled expression. But when he quickly browsed through the topographic map of the Western continent, he found something suspicious. In the corner of the map, there was a detailed map of a place called Vast Heaven Domain. Vast Heaven Domain seems to be the number 1 dangerous place in the Western continent. When Yi Qianfeng was searching for Su Mingwei's soul spirit, he had obtained information about Vast Heaven Domain. He knew that it was known as the number 1 dangerous place in the Western continent. Even combat beast emperors would find it hard to leave alive after entering. Interesting, I didn't expect the Western continent to have such a dangerous place like the Death Region. But why would this Mo Long Yuan have a map of Vast Heaven Domain's periphery? Could it be that the ambitious Mo Fengyun set his sights on Vast Heaven Domain and there is a great opportunity there that attracted him? Thinking of this possibility, Yi Qianfeng also became a little interested in Vast Heaven Domain. When Yi Qianfeng secretly entered the mysterious underworld cave, the entire mysterious underworld sect was in an uproar. Almost all of the mysterious underworld sect's disciples were mobilized and entered the mysterious underworld mountain range to search for the whereabouts of Mo Long Yuan and the others. Master, do you think something happened to Mo Long Yuan and the others? Shui Yoruan noticed that Mo Long Yuan and the others, who were chasing after the spiritual fish, seemed to have evaporated into thin air and disappeared from the mysterious underworld mountain range. She fell into a state of panic and immediately found Shui Honghen to tell her what happened and discuss countermeasures. You said that the spiritual fish suddenly had the strength to fight against a half-step emperor expert? After listening to Shui Yorua's explanation, Shui Honghen tightly frowned. She also felt the seriousness of the situation and paced back and forth in the cave. If there is no news of Mo Long Yuan and the others by tomorrow, it means that something happened to them and they died in the mysterious underworld mountain range. Shui Honghen said in a low voice. Master, if something really happened to Mo Long Yuan and the others, who do you think did it? Shui Yorua asked in a fluster. Once the Western Devil sect knew about this, the mysterious underworld sect would most likely suffer from the Western Devil sect's revenge. This was something that they could not afford. Within the territory of the mysterious underworld sect, There are only two people who have the ability to kill Mo Long Yuan and the others. One of them is Su Mingwei's mysterious combat beast Emperor Master, and the other is the silver-masked man who killed the tree demon with a single punch. Shui Honghen pondered for a while and said, "Even if the culprit is one of them, we don't have the ability to catch them. Moreover, the Western Devil sect will not believe our explanation." Shui Yurua said in distress, "Yeah, we don't have any evidence to convince the Western Devil sect. The only thing we can do now is to seal off the news and not let the Western Devil sect know that something happened to Mo Long Yuan and the others in the mysterious underworld sect." Shui Honghen sighed softly. "Sigh, this is the only way now." Shui Yurua nodded helplessly and said, "Days passed. When the experts of the mysterious underworld sect searched the entire mysterious underworld mountain range and did not find Mo Long Yuan and the others, they were certain that something had happened to Mo Long Yuan and the others. Feeling helpless, Shui Yurua and Shui Honghen felt that the situation was serious and immediately sealed off the news. They even placed a soul imprint on many disciples to prevent the news from spreading. Just when Shui Yurua and Shui Honghen spent a lot of effort to seal off the news of Mo Long Yuan and the others, a piece of news exploded in the mysterious underworld sect. Su Mingwei, who was trapped in the mysterious underworld cave for almost a month, miraculously came out. Mobile reading site, book address. In order to make it easier for you to read it next time, you can click on the Save button at the bottom to record your reading record. You will be able to see it the next time you open the bookshelf. Please recommend this book to your friends, QQ, blog, WeChat, etc. Thank you for your support. Chapter 536. Su Mingwei, what did you encounter in the mysterious underworld cave for the past month? How did you manage to stay in the mysterious underworld cave for so long? Shui Yurua, Shui Honghen, and the others were in disbelief when they heard that Su Mingwei had managed to leave the mysterious underworld cave alive. They rushed over immediately to ask about it. Sect Master, the reason why I was able to stay in the mysterious underworld cave for so long is because of the mysterious underworld extreme Tao. Yi Chunfeng made up a story casually. What? Mysterious underworld extreme Tao? Shui Yurua and Shui Honghen looked at each other and saw the shock in each other's eyes. They could not believe that the mysterious underworld extreme Tao that had not appeared for 60,000 years had been obtained by Yi Chunfeng. Su Mingwei, you have really obtained the mysterious underworld extreme Tao? Shui Yurua looked at Yi Chunfeng with a burning gaze and asked excitedly. She was very interested in the cultivation chant of the mysterious underworld extreme Tao. Yes. If Sect Master does not believe me, I can show it to you. Yi Chunfeng nodded and said, Good, good. Show it to me quickly. Shui Yurua said eagerly. She wanted to see the power of the number 1 killer move of the mysterious underworld sect that had been passed down for 60,000 years. Shui Yurua was not the only one who was excited. Shui Honghen and the other experts of the mysterious underworld sect were also looking at Yi Chunfeng with their eyes wide open. Their eyes were filled with anticipation, envy, and jealousy. Illusion Tao pattern, Fire Tao pattern. 5 illusion Tao patterns and 1 fire Tao pattern gushed out of Yi Chunfeng's body. Under his control, they merged quickly and formed an illusory wild dragon. Illusion, what a powerful illusion power! Looking at the wild dragon formed by the illusion Tao pattern and fire Tao pattern, many of the mysterious underworld sect's disciples lost their consciousness. There were many illusions in their eyes and their reactions were extremely slow. Mysterious underworld extreme Tao! Yi Chunfeng shouted. The illusory wild dragon whizzed out and bombarded the lush forest outside the mysterious underworld cave. Immediately after, there was an earth-shattering explosion. Terrifying energy swept across the land and razed the forest within a 1-mile radius to the ground. The ground trembled as a result. What terrifying power! The mysterious underworld extreme way truly lives up to its name. Seeing the destructive power of the Xian Ming Extreme Tao, everyone present was deeply shocked, and the entire place became absolutely silent. Damn it! How could this be? Not only did Su Mingwei not die, he even comprehended the legendary Xianming Extreme Way. How could he have such heaven-defying luck? When he thought about how he had only managed to obtain a high-grade heaven-class soul skill from the mysterious underworld cave, while Su Mingwei had obtained a mid-grade mysterious underworld extreme way, this huge disparity made the eldest disciple of the mysterious underworld sect so depressed that he wanted to vomit blood. His entire face was contorted in anger. Su Mingwei, you are indeed the lucky star of our profound underworld sect. With your current attack power, you really have a great chance of entering the top 10 of the Dragon Lake Sacred City. At that time, our profound underworld sect will also benefit from your glory. After confirming that the soul imprint in Yi Chunfeng's mind was still there, Shui Yorua and Shui Honghen did not suspect him. Shui Yorua's mind became even more active as she started to think about the Xianming Extreme Tao. Alright, everyone is dismissed. Su Mingwei, come with me. After finishing her words, Shui Yorua, who was wearing a bright red short skirt and exuded a mature charm like a peach, led Yi Chunfeng to her courtyard beside the lake. It smells so good. After entering Shui Yorua's boudoir, Yi Chunfeng smelled a faint fragrance floating in the air. The belly band embroidered with phoenix patterns on the headboard of the bed made Yi Chunfeng feel a little strange. Sect Master, may I know why you are looking for me? Yi Chunfeng quickly retracted his gaze and looked at the charming and enchanting Shui Yorua with a smile on her face as he asked softly. Come, let's sit down and talk. Shui Yorua gestured for Yi Chunfeng to sit down and personally poured a cup of dark green tea for him. She said, Mingwei, I have a few questions for you. I hope you can answer me honestly. If your answers satisfy me, I will reward you. After finishing her words, Shui Yorua's eyes revealed a charming look that tugged at Yi Chunfeng's heart. Sect Master, please ask. Yi Chunfeng sneered in his heart and pretended to be reserved as he asked with flickering eyes. Let me ask you, what is your relationship with Lingyu? Has your mysterious master left my mysterious underworld sect? Shui Yorua went straight to the point. Sect Master, why are you asking about Lingyu? Yi Chunfeng pretended to be puzzled and asked. Because something happened to Lingyu some time ago, and she became extremely terrifying. Shui Yorua deliberately made up a story, but she deliberately concealed the matter about Mo Longyuan and the others. Sect Master, is Lingyu doing well? She is one of the people that my master values. If something happened to her, my master might vent his anger on the mysterious underworld sect when he comes. Yi Chunfeng asked worriedly. Don't worry. Lingyu is doing well, but she has left. I don't know where she went. Mingwei, tell me honestly. Has your master left? Shui Yorua looked at Yi Chunfeng, who was a little excited, and asked in a low voice. My master's life is coming to an end. She has gone to the Taitsang domain to look for panacea to prolong her life. Yi Chunfeng said with certainty. Really? Shui Yorua frowned slightly and asked. I can swear to heaven that my master has gone to the Taitsang domain. Yi Chunfeng swore to Heaven Wei without hesitation. Okay, I believe you. Seeing Yi Chunfeng swear to Heaven Wei, Shui Yorua felt that there was no fluctuation in the soul mark in his mind. She believed his words and was basically sure that the mysterious silver-masked man had something to do with what happened to Mo Longyuan and the others. The Taitsang domain was unimaginably dangerous. If Su Mingwei's master, who was a beast emperor, really went there, the chance of him coming back alive was less than 1 in 10,000. By the way, Mingwei, are you willing to share the cultivation formula of the Xianming Extreme Way with me? If you are willing, I can satisfy any of your requirements. Shui Yorua rolled her eyes slightly. She stood up slowly and went behind Yi Chunfeng. She deliberately squeezed her plump body on Yi Chunfeng's broad back and whispered softly in Yi Chunfeng's ear. Feeling the soft feeling from his back and the fragrance from Shui Yorua's mouth, Yi Chunfeng felt a kind of tingling sensation in his ears. A strange feeling arose in his heart, and he immediately wanted to dodge. I order you, don't dodge. Shui Yorua clasped Yi Chunfeng's shoulders tightly and slid her fingertips gently on Yi Chunfeng's neck. She said in a commanding tone. Her charming look was enough to make many men worship her. Master, I am willing to share the cultivation formula of the Xianming extreme way with you. Yi Chunfeng did not want to have too much entanglement with Shui Yorua. Since the Xianming extreme way was inherited from the Xianming sect, Yi Chunfeng had no intention of monopolizing it. More importantly, Yi Chunfeng had already thought of a plan to deal with the Xianming sect. Therefore, he very happily taught the cultivation formula of the Xianming extreme way to Shui Yorua. After getting the cultivation formula of the Xianming extreme way, Shui Yorua was overjoyed. Her towering breasts rose and fell rapidly. Master, if there is nothing else, I will go first. If I can't get rid of the yin qi in my body as soon as possible, it is likely to affect my performance in the Longyuan Sacred City martial arts competition. Just as Shui Yorua, who was in a good mood, wanted to continue seducing Yi Chunfeng casually found an excuse and left her boudoir. Su Mingwei, do you really think you can escape from my clutches? Let's not talk about the soul imprint I placed in your mind. Just my methods alone are enough to make you kneel before me. Once the Dragon Lake Sacred City martial arts competition is over, I will slowly play with you. I will make you stay in the profound underworld sect wholeheartedly. When she thought of Su Mingwei's amazing talent and heaven-defying luck, Shui Yorua had an idea. She was prepared to tie him to her side at all costs so that he would be loyal to her forever. Mobile reading website. Book address. In order to make it easier for you to read it next time, you can click on the Save button at the bottom to record this reading record. You can see it the next time you open the bookshelf. Please recommend this book to your friends, QQ, blog, WeChat, etc. Thank you for your support. Chapter 537. Time flew by and the Dragon Abyss Sacred City martial arts competition was getting closer. In order to obtain a good ranking in the competition and obtain the Dragon Chi in the Dragon Abyss Sacred City to strengthen their sects, all the major forces in the Western continent were preparing with all their might. Finally, about 10 days before the martial arts competition, Shui Yorua, who had been cultivating in seclusion, came out of seclusion. She immediately summoned all the Grand Elders, Yi Chunfeng, Shui Mozong, and the other 4 to the Xianming Hall. There are still 10 days before the martial arts competition. Since the Xianming sect is far away from the Dragon Abyss Sacred City, I have decided to bring everyone to the Dragon Abyss Sacred City tomorrow morning. Shui Yorua, who had cultivated the Xianming extreme way to the minor completion realm and was not suspected by the Western demon sect, was in a good mood. We are finally going to the Dragon Abyss Sacred City. Mo Fengyun, we are going to meet again. Yi Chunfeng's lips curled up slightly, revealing a cold intent that was hard to detect as he muttered in his heart, "That's right. This time, I tried my best to obtain 5 Longyuan holy tokens for everyone. In other words, Su Mingwei, Shui Mozong, Chaoyun, Jing Ziki, and Honglin, the 5 of you can represent my profound underworld sect in the Longyuan Holy City martial competition." As Shui Yorua spoke, she took out 5 precious Dragon Abyss tokens and gave them to Yi Chunfeng and the other 4. This martial arts competition is the best opportunity for the Xianming sect. It is also an opportunity for all of you to make a name for yourselves. I hope that all of you can seize this opportunity and obtain a large amount of Dragon Chi for the Xianming sect. I also hope that all of you can enter the top 16 and obtain a generous reward. Shui Yorua encouraged everyone. Don't worry, sect leader. We will not let you down. Shui Mozong, who was the eldest disciple of the Xianming sect, stepped forward and promised loudly. Good. Shui Yorua nodded her head in satisfaction. She then looked at Yi Chunfeng, whom she had high hopes for, and said, "Mingwei, are you confident that you can enter the top 10 of the martial arts competition?" "Yes," Yi Chunfeng nodded his head and said solemnly. "All right, if you can really enter the top 10 of the Longyuan Sacred City martial arts competition, I will definitely give you a big surprise." Shui Yurua's eyes revealed a hint of seductiveness as she promised in front of everyone, which made Shui Mozang's face turn green with anger. Ming Wei will definitely live up to sect master's expectations. Yi Chunfeng promised loudly. "All right, let's go today. Have a good rest. Tomorrow morning, we will depart for Longyuan Sacred City. Ming Wei, come with me. I have something to tell you." After that, under the jealous gazes of Shui Mozong, Chao Yun, and the others, Shui Yurua brought Yi Chunfeng back to her boudoir, which was filled with a delicate fragrance. "Mingwei, sit and wait for me for a while. I'm going to change my clothes." Shui Yurua put down her airs as the leader of a sect, gently pressed Yi Chunfeng on the chair, gave him a charming smile, swayed her slender waist, and walked into the inner room. Change clothes. Yi Chunfeng's heart skipped a beat. Looking at Shui Yorua's sexy back, he vaguely felt something. After a while, Shui Yorua, who was wearing a black silk dress, walked out of the inner room with bare feet. Under the light, Shui Yorua's skin was as delicate as milk, sexy collarbone, and her breasts were faintly discernible, giving people a feeling that they were hugging a pipa, and her straight and white legs were completely exposed to the air. They were emitting a charming light which was captivating. "Sect Master, what are you doing?" Although Yi Chunfeng did not have a good impression of Shui Yorua, he had to admit that Shui Yorua was indeed very charming at this time. Especially her faintly discernible body, which attracted Yi Chunfeng's eyes like poison. He pretended to be flustered, stood up, and asked with flickering eyes, "Mingwei, if you can win the top 10 in the Longyuan Sacred City martial arts competition, I will be the woman behind you when you come here." Looking at Yi Chunfeng's slightly burning eyes, Shui Yorua's sexy red lips curled up slightly, revealed a charming smile, and promised. This, Yi Chunfeng opened his eyes wide and pretended to be surprised. "What? Do you think I am not beautiful enough and not worthy of you?" Shui Yorua walked over step by step with bare feet, and the fragrance of her body kept wafting into Yi Chunfeng's nose. "No, I just think I am not worthy of you, Sect Master." Yi Chunfeng shook his head and said, "Haha, as long as you win the top 10 in the Longyuan Sacred City martial arts competition, I will immediately appoint you as the Deputy Sect Master of the Stygian sect. At that time, we will live together and I will definitely let you live a celestial life." Shui Yorua gave a series of crisp smiles and said seductively, "Rest assured, Sect Master. I will risk my life to enter the top 10 in the Longyuan Sacred City martial arts competition. I will not let you down." Yi Chunfeng solemnly nodded his head and swore solemnly, "Mingwei, I believe in you. Stay with me today and don't leave. Let me serve you well and encourage you." Shui Yorua's slender fingers slid up and down Yi Chunfeng's chest. Her hot body leaned against him tightly, and she looked straight into Yi Chunfeng's eyes. She said in a wanton manner, "Sect Master, there are still 10 days before the Longyuan Sacred City martial arts competition. I don't want to be distracted. Let's talk about it when we come." Although Shui Yorua was naturally charming and seductive, and kept stirring up Yi Chunfeng's heart, Eunuch Hang had always occupied the most important place in Yi Chunfeng's heart. He was not interested in her wanton behavior. Therefore, he found an excuse to reject her. "Ha ha ha, it is true that luck is not the only reason why you have such strength today." Shui Yorua smiled charmingly. She placed her head on his chest and said, "All right, I will not force you any more. Go and have a good rest. See you tomorrow morning." "Sect Master, I am leaving." After saying that, Yi Chunfeng turned and left without hesitation. "Su Mingwei, I think you won't betray my mysterious underworld sect anymore." Shui Yorua, who was absolutely confident in her charm, revealed an enchanting and crafty smile as she muttered to herself, Although Yi Chunfeng had a soul imprint in his mind, Shui Yorua was still afraid that he would shine in the Longyuan Sacred City martial arts competition and be roped in by other forces. If there was really a master who was good at array patterns to help Yi Chunfeng break the formation, the soul imprint in his mind could still be broken. Therefore, before she left, she wanted to seduce Yi Chunfeng and plant a seed in Yi Chunfeng's heart to increase her insurance so that he would be loyal to her. However, she did not know that all her schemes were useless in front of Yi Chunfeng. Screech! A crisp bird's cry broke the gathering dawn and reverberated in the sky. Mo Fengyun, wait for me. I will give you a big gift in the Longyuan Sacred City martial arts competition. I will make the Longyuan Sacred City martial arts competition a nightmare for the disciples of the Western Devil sect. After recuperating for a night, Yi Chunfeng looked at the faint light outside the window and revealed a cold smile as he said in his heart. After a simple wash, Yi Chunfeng left the courtyard where he was cultivating and went to the mysterious underworld sect. He met up with Shui Yorua, who was wearing a long emerald dress, and the others. They rode on 6 huge flying heavenly beasts and left the mysterious underworld sect to fly to the Longyuan Sacred City. If you want to read Shui Yorua's WeChat account, Y1TY83 mobile reading website, book address. To make it easier for you to read this book next time, you can click on the Save button at the bottom to record this book. You will see it the next time you open the bookshelf. Please recommend this book to your friends, QQ, blog, WeChat, etc. Thank you for your support. Chapter 538. The Longyuan Sacred City was similar to the ancient Sky City. It was a sacred city that was detached from its own continent and did not belong to any faction. It was located in the core region of the Western continent, in the center of the Dragon Soul mountain range. Due to the existence of the Longyuan Sacred City, the Longyuan Sacred City was filled with powerful dragon aura. The purpose of holding a martial arts competition here was to plunder the dragon aura in the city and temper the body. The dragon aura could also improve the sect's luck and change the development trend of a sect. We're here. The city in front is the Longyuan Sacred City. The 6 flying heavenly beasts continued to fly for about 8 days and crossed the vast area of the western continent. Finally, they reached the sky above the Dragon Soul mountain range. Looking from afar, a magnificent, majestic ancient city that had experienced the vicissitudes of life was imprinted in their eyes. What a powerful dragon aura! Sect leader, how did this Longyuan Sacred City form? Looking at the Longyuan Sacred City located in the center of the Dragon Soul mountain range, Hong Lin, who was wearing a red martial arts suit and had a full body, asked curiously. I don't know how the Longyuan Sacred City was formed. However, some people say that the Longyuan Sacred City is suppressing the only dragon vein in the western continent. There are also rumors that the Longyuan Sacred City is a dragon's tomb and a divine dragon had fallen here. However, these are all rumors and have not been verified by anyone. However, when the dragon aura in the Longyuan Sacred City reaches its peak, the dragon abyss will appear. However, no one knows what is in the deepest part of the dragon abyss. There are no records in history as well. Shui Honghen, who was sitting cross-legged on the flying spiritual beast, opened her eyes and told everyone the rumors that she knew. Roar! Roar! Just as everyone was talking intensely as the Longyuan Sacred City was getting closer and closer, a series of ferocious lion roars came from afar. The terrifying roars reverberated through the 9 heavens, scaring the 6 flying heavenly beasts into screaming. Black Griffin. It's the Black Griffin of the 6th grade sect, 3 Corps sect. Looking at the huge bird that was flapping its black wings and had a ferocious lion's head, Shui Yorua immediately recognized that it was the Black Griffin of the 3 Corps sect. The 3 Corps sect was a mysterious force in the western continent. They rarely showed themselves in the western continent. However, the overall strength of the 3 Corps sect was terrifying. There was a 6th grade defiant beast king in the sect. Their overall strength was far superior to the Stygian sect. Ignore them. Let's go down. When Shui Honghen saw the experts of the Three Corps sect flying over, he immediately transmitted a message to them and released his powerful soul power to calm the frightened flying spirit beast. He flew to the outskirts of the Dragon Lake Holy City and landed on a piece of green grass with a pleasant scenery. Let's rest here today and wait for the Longyuan Sacred City to open. Shui Honghen jumped off the flying spirit beast. He was very satisfied with the picturesque scenery of this place, which was close to a small lake. This place has been taken over by my Three Corpses sect. You should go somewhere else. Just as Yi Chunfeng and the others jumped off the flying spirit beasts, a cold and domineering voice suddenly rang out. A Class 5 reverse beast king of the Three Corpses sect stood on the head of the Black Griffin. He was skinny and wore a long black robe. His entire body emitted a dense aura of death as he looked down at the people of the profound underworld sect and ordered without a trace of emotion. This place seems to have been occupied by my profound underworld sect first. Although Shui Honghen did not want to have a conflict with the Three Corpses sect, she would not show any weakness. She looked at the black-robed man and said without backing down, "Humph. So what if you have occupied this place first?" The black-robed man snorted coldly and said, "I order you to leave this place now. Otherwise, don't blame my Three Corpses sect for being impolite to you." What arrogance! I want to see how your Three Corpses sect is going to be impolite to us. Shui Yorua did not expect the Three Corpses sect to be so overbearing. They did not take the profound underworld sect seriously at all. Her face instantly turned gloomy as she spoke coldly. "It seems like you won't cry until you see the coffin. Since that is the case, don't blame me for not giving you a chance." As he spoke, the skinny black-robed man, who looked like a dried corpse, jumped down from the Black Griffin. Suddenly, he launched an attack at Shui Yorua. He wanted to teach her a lesson and show the might of the Three Corpses sect. Three-tailed demon fox fuse. Before the black-robed man attacked, Shui Yorua fused with the three-tailed demon fox without hesitation. A large amount of soul power burst out of her body and formed a huge illusory hand that slapped the black-robed man across the air. Boom! When Shui Yorua and the black-robed man's attack collided, there was a shocking destructive power. The loud sound was like thunder, attracting the attention of the experts from the major forces who had arrived in advance. Not bad, not bad. I didn't expect you to be able to withstand my attack. It seems like the profound underworld sect is not all useless. However, you are still far from being able to defeat me." As he spoke, the black-robed man turned his body and tore apart the air current like a spinning top. A large amount of death ripples intertwined as he continued to attack Shui Yorua. Profound underworld extreme Dao. The death ripples were like raging waves. Shui Yorua did not dodge. Instead, she forcefully executed the profound underworld sect's #1 killer move, the profound underworld extreme Dao, which she had just cultivated to the great success realm. Illusion Dao will and water Dao will gushed out from her body. She was like a huge roaring dragon. The terrifying attack power shattered the death ripples easily and tore at the black-robed man. What kind of attack is this? Facing the attack of the profound underworld extreme Dao, a large amount of illusions appeared in the black-robed man's eyes. There was a slight delay in his reaction. This slight delay was enough to kill him and put him in danger. Seeing that the black-robed man was under the attack of the profound underworld extreme Dao skill, a tall man with grayish-white hair and dense death aura flowed between his eyebrows. He looked young, but he was a grade 5 defiant beast king. He was holding a heaven artifact long spear. Suddenly, he jumped down from a black griffin and appeared beside the black-robed man. Sky Corpse attack. In the next moment, a sky corpse wearing golden armor and holding a dragon head saber split out from his body and attacked the profound underworld extreme Dao together with the black-robed man. Boom! Boom! The three powerful attacks collided and there was an earth-shattering explosion. The terrifying power seemed to be tearing the sky apart. The explosion caused the air current to surge violently. He is so young. Could he be a genius from the Three Corpse sect? Is he here to participate in the Dragon Lake Sacred City martial arts competition? Looking at the young face of the grayish-white man and feeling his terrifying strength, the faces of Shui Emosang and the others turned extremely ugly. They did not expect that the Three Corpse sect would have such a peerless genius. Their confidence to enter the top 16 was shaken. Third Elder, leave this beauty to me. I will play with her. Using the power of the Sky Corpse to resist the remaining power of the profound underworld extreme Tao, the grayish-white man revealed an unruly smile. He looked at Shui Yorua's hot body with a burning gaze. He licked his lips and said mockingly, "Luo Mo, her attack is a little strange. You must be careful. Don't affect tomorrow's preliminary test." The black-robed old man looked at Shui Yorua coldly and said softly, "Don't worry, Third Elder. There will be no accident." The grayish-white man said domineeringly. A powerful battle intent burst out from his body. He is really a genius from the Three Corpse sect. He is here to participate in the Dragon Lake Sacred City martial arts competition. After knowing the identity of the grayish-white man, Shui Emosang and the others had a solemn expression. They felt immense pressure. Even Shui Yorua and Shui Honghen were shocked. They were shocked by the strength of the Three Corpse sect. Just as they were about to draw their swords, a red figure appeared in the blue sky. It dyed the blue sky red and flew over with a shocking aura of blood. Behind the red figure, there were more than 10 level 6 heavenly beasts, Black Luan. Their black wings were more than 10 meters long and covered the sky. Mo Fengyun. Looking at the arrogant figure standing on the red figure, Yi Chunfeng, who had sharp eyes, recognized him at first glance. He was the sect master of the West Demon sect, the #1 man in the West continent, Mo Fengyun. Judging from the aura of Mo Fengyun, he had become stronger again. He should be only a step away from becoming a level 3 combat beast emperor. Tonight's photo of Shui Yorua, I want to see it. Mobile reading site, book address. To make it easier for you to read it next time, you can click on the Save button at the bottom to record your reading record. You will be able to see it the next time you open the bookshelf. Please recommend this book to your friends, QQ, blog, WeChat, etc. Thank you for your support.